Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Spooky hits, commercial free. That's Halloween radio on the free iHeart app. This spooky station is filled with non-stop Halloween hits. Open the free iHeart app, search Halloween radio, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Still looking at a couple of rough areas here for the speed, at least. Stop and go 95 northbound between 6th and 10th, and delays on the Turnpike northbound between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Lake Worth Road. We also have a crash, Palm Beach Gardens area, Alt 81A at Hood Road, and part of that intersection is blocked. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
The pioneering storytelling show Red Pilled America presents a 6-part election series telling the stories behind the movements battling for the White House. What does each movement want? Find out by listening to Red Pilled America's election special on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword dollar at realradio921.com. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Crazy weekend in sports. Some history
unbelievable history. Friday night, a Grand Slam walk-off. First time in baseball history. They've been playing baseball since 1903. Unbelievable if you had the Dodgers. Sucked if you had the Yankees. We'll talk about the World Series or what's going on. Crazy weekend in college and NFL. If you had the Bears yesterday, you can take off work today. You can. You don't have to go to work. Tell your boss you had the Bears and just say, I'm sorry. He'll understand. One of the worst bad beats in the history of professional college football because it just turned out the whole game. If you won, you're like, oh, my God. You don't say, why me? But when you lose, you definitely say, why me? The play's on right now. They're showing it on the 4-letter now. Just crazy. And what was crazy about this was Stevens, the defensive back, was taunting the crowd before the play, saying, game's over, go home. And then it
Whoops.
Oh, God, it was brutal. I had a couple of my friends who lost some serious money, and I'm talking 5 figures.
That sucks.
Oh, my God.
Ouch.
Oh, bad. It was brutal. So if you had the Bears take off today, it's on me. Tell your boss to call me. Is the Dolphins season over? It could be. Tua ran yesterday, one play. I think the whole state of Florida just put their hand in their mouth like, oh, my God, why are you running?
Yeah.
Everybody was screaming, stop running. Dominic really believes in iHeart because he shaved this weekend, and I guess John Wick 5 is out.
He'll be back.
Dominic, how are you, sir?
All right, how's it going, man?
I am out and about. Franny will tell you, I think a little bit about me so much. I mean, every single day, I'm out. And Dominic went on the air and said, bet the Russians in UFC on Saturday, and they went 5-0.
Nice.
It's unbelievable.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
I think I won $100 on
That's
Saturday.
great. That's awesome.
Yep.
I have a little lean toward the Russians because of my past, but it's okay. It was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You kept texting me like 1-0, 2-0, 3, and I was like, oh, my God. I was telling one of my buddies got involved just before the main event.
Yep.
So he was happy. He goes,
Did he win some good money?
He did okay, but again, we don't bet UFC, so it was found money. He was like, how is this kid? You know me? I said, yeah, I know him a little. I said, he does a lot of studying. He goes, where? I said, he's a producer for a show.
I go to the events,
but but he likes UFC. He's a fan. He knows his stuff.
I said, I know it's a crazy tip, but he said, bet all the guys that are undefeated and the Russians. So 5-0 to you, Dominic. You shaved when I came in. I went, oh, my God, you shaved. My God. Can't believe it. And, of course, good morning to Francis. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm good. It's Monday, try to get ready for the week.
It'll be a quick week. It's going to go fast, baby. I'm telling you. I can't believe Friday's November 1st.
It is. It's nuts. This month flew by. And I typically try not to go at it. I call it on a school night, which would be like a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of work. I had just a few friends and my sister over yesterday because my husband got some stone crabs from the Keys.
Oh, that's right.
So we did stone crabs, and I grilled up a few strip steaks and did like a burrata salad. So we just had like 5 people over, or 4 people. So it was just a little small gathering, but. Man, the 4 of us, my sister doesn't drink. We definitely could take down some wine. I think we drank like 6 bottles.
6 bottles? Oh.
It was a lot.
A bottle each?
It was, 5 of us, because there were 6. There's 5, my sister doesn't drink. So, yeah, basically.
Now, will that affect you or no?
Yes. I did not want to wake up this morning. I was like, man, wine gives you a terrible hangover.
Oh, so you have a hangover?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Right,
my head feels like it's 500 pounds right now.
Oh, jeez, I'll keep it down. I was going to say, you look great today.
Even my husband, he was like, how are you feeling? I was like, not so good. He was like, yeah, me too. So I'm not the only one.
You can get involved with us, 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Thank everybody again at Strikes. We'll check Greek's Gridiron to see how we did. I don't know if we won or lost.
Yeah. How many? There was 3 games, right? That you guys were looking at?
Yeah, it was 3 games that were different, so we'll know.
I'm curious.
I'm sure he'll call us.
Any Monday night football game or no?
I don't think so. I don't think there was a Monday night game.
Do you have them written down, Tom? I can look for the email.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it was the Canes FSU game, the Bengals Eagles game, and the 49ers Cowboys game that you guys had.
Does that sound about right? Yeah.
That was different, but who had what?
Oh, you had the FSU and he had the Canes. And that was minus 21. So
they covered by 22.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then.
He's calling already. It's probably.
Yeah. So he won that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you lost with the Eagles one, right? I don't know what the spread that you had for that was.
I don't know who I had.
You had the Bengals and he had the Eagles.
And I lost.
All right. And then you
So, yeah, he won.
You had you had the 49ers and he had the Cowboys. And that was a -4. So
I won that one.
Yep. So you
and
won.
he won by 1 point.
Yeah, so he won.
Yep.
3 weeks in a row.
He beat the Greek.
Damn it.
Calm down. You're going to knock my computer over. Yeah, he's probably definitely calling.
That's probably him.
That's totally him.
That's
You
him
know
or
it
my
is.
mom.
Totally is.
So my mother was asking me last night about betting, like the whole thing about it, because people in her building are betting. She goes, so if I put up like $50, what do I win? I said, if you put up 50, I go, I put up 55 to win 50. She goes, that sucks.
Yeah.
I
It does.
I said, you got to put up like it said. I said, unless you're parlaying and stuff. I said, I'm not going to get into that. And she's like, I'll call you back. I got to make this sauce. So I'm like, Mom, don't bet, please. I said, I'm trying to help you. Save your money or give it to me.
Man, it is addicting. I'm telling you, everybody around me is betting. Everybody, my girlfriends, my guy friends, everybody is on this Hard Rock app. It's just fun. I mean, and it's not money that if they bet they're gonna like lose their house or anything. It's just $20 here, $5 there.
Saturday night I was out, and my buddies were saying, you get all these text messages from girls, any pictures? And I turned around and I said, yeah, you want to see the picture? And it was a picture of the Hard Rock app, what the girl was betting. She goes, what do you think it is?
That's funny.
I go, there's the picture. It's no sexy lingerie, bikini. It's, Texas A&M, the Canes.
Yeah. My husband's been on fire. He's been winning a lot of money on this app. But I told him, I was like, dude, and then he brags about it on social media. He posts pictures, and so I'm like, quit posting your winnings.
People do that all the time. I never do that. I would never do that.
I wouldn't either. I was like, you want to get rolled or something? I was like, quit putting your winnings on there.
No, because when you lose, it sucks.
Yeah.
And then people ask you.
Oh, he wouldn't be posting his losses. That would be on there.
That's why when you go to ATM, you always see slips that have like, $8, $4. You never see one that's like flush. You got 80 grand or something like that. Hey, he's having fun.
He is.
Just as long as you tell him, remember, we're partners.
I try. He doesn't listen.
50% of all that is mine. Don't forget. You can call us at 877-927-6969. Everybody's talking about Washington, the play that the quarterback had the ball for 12 seconds before he threw the pass, McDaniels, and he flung it. And again, this happens once in a while. It happened with the Jets a couple weeks ago. I don't understand it. And if you have the other side, it's so demoralizing. You're screaming at the TV like, knock the ball down. And these guys, you got it done?
I do.
All right.
Comes down to one last play. And it's going to be getting longer by the second. You're all the way back at the 30-yard line. Now you can step into it. Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball's caught! Caught! It's a miracle! It's Noah Brown! Oh, my goodness! This town is going crazy!
Oh, my God, they went crazy. I mean, anybody who had Washington went nuts because you lost the game. It was over.
Yeah.
Yep. It was only, the point spread was only 1 or 2 in the game, depending on where you were shopping. And I'm sure you were shopping at the Hard Rock app where you should bet. But yeah, crazy. Want to talk about just the emotion?
Oh, I jumped up at that one because that was a swing from one of my bets. I had Washington, so I jumped when that happened.
If you ever get a chance to go to Vegas, go to a sports book on a Sunday or a Saturday when there's thousands of people there and you see plays like that.
Go nuts.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Half the place is going crazy. Half the place is throwing things. It is nuts. Crazy. Dolphins just lost yesterday. Brutal by 1 point at the end of the game. Tua did okay. He ran one time, and I think everybody went crazy. They were like, oh, my God, what the hell's he doing running? But he slid, and everybody clapped and went crazy. But, yeah, they lost 28-27. Dolphins season, basically, it's done. It's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs. It really is.
Jets, too.
Oh, Jets are done. They're done. They have so many problems. They fired a coach, and then their defense can't stop anybody. It's bad right now to be a Jet fan.
I didn't pay much attention. They were playing the Patriots, right?
Yeah, they were laying 7, and they lost the game.
What was the final score?
They lost the game outright.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, the Patriots scored at the end of the game.
25-22.
Yeah, and they scored, and that was it. And then they went for a 2-pointer, and they got it. It was bad. It was just brutal. Brutal game. Giants and Steelers tonight, and the Yankees play the Dodgers in New York. Tickets are very, very expensive for the game tonight.
Yeah, they're nuts.
It's crazy.
It is a ton of money.
Yeah, if you want to go to the game, I have a couple of friends going, calling me this morning where they're still looking for tickets. It's so crazy. But yeah, it's World Series game number 3. Freeman, like I said, he had a record Friday night. He had a walk-off grand slam. First time that's happened.
Yeah, I was very happy for him. He used to be a Brave. I was sad when he left, but yeah, very, very happy for him.
He's had a tough year. He had his son who was very sick, so it was very, very. He's a very humble guy.
He is. He was talking about his dad after the fact,
His dad was in the stands.
Yeah, and that was really cool.
Down. Yeah,
very cool.
Just the whole situation with him, and it was just unbelievable when he hit it. Sucked as a Yankee fan. I mean, it definitely sucked as a Yankee fan.
Which one you want? You want the first Friday night or Saturday night?
Oh, why don't you give me Friday?
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby, meet Freddie. Game 1 of the World Series.
It is crazy in the World Series because New York's got our song, obviously, with Jay-Z, and LA's got I Love LA. And those are the 2 songs you constantly are hearing throughout the World Series. And then again, the Dodgers won Saturday night. Yankees had a chance, bases loaded, just needed a hit. But it was, again, couldn't get that hit. Man, just the people, their emotion, it dropped so much. It's crazy. You got game 2, too?
Yep.
Oh, wow. You're ready.
Trevino lifts a fly ball to center field. Tommy Edman is there, and the Dodgers lead this World Series 2-0. It takes Alex Vesia 1 pitch to put out the bases loaded fire.
Wow, that was pretty good. If you had the Dodgers, not the Yanks. But Yankee fans, be cool because, again, you're not supposed to win in L.A. anyway. L.A.'s home. Tonight's the game. We lose tonight, get us exchange. It's going to be bad. And buy all the Botox you can buy in Boca. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. It is Halloween week. And Franny had something which I think is crazy with all holidays that you hear. But what are some crazy injuries that people get?
Yeah.
Did I trip over curb?
Halloween injuries. These are common Halloween injuries, so you got to be careful. I mean, any time, and pay attention. I said it's especially the kiddos, too. I know where I live, we don't have street lights. So it is, you got to be careful. But yes, with kids counting down the days for Halloween, where they get to get dressed up, go trick-or-treating, and between costumes and all the candy, Halloween, of course, can be a ton of fun, but there are injuries. A personal injury expert from a law firm in Las Vegas was revealing some of the most common Halloween mishaps. They said, of course, the pedestrian crashes. Lots of people are walking around on Halloween, and not only, do kids tend to cross the street without paying attention, their costumes can make it really hard to see as well. So they recommend, like, for parents, if you have a kid that's wearing a dark costume, maybe have something kind of reflective or glow sticks, they say. Carry glow sticks, flashlights, something reflective material just so it's easier for the drivers to see them. Mm-hmm. I mean, it wasn't even a trick-or-treater, but this girl was walking through my neighborhood when I was coming back from work, so it was pretty late, and she was wearing all dark, and I'm this close to hitting her. She caught me off guard.
It's the same thing in people in the morning who go jogging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it cracks me up. There's a lady in my neighborhood, and she wears all black, black sweats, and it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm alert, but you can't see somebody sometimes. And you also don't expect somebody like 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, run in front of your car or whatever. And it's, I rolled down the window last week. I'm like, you really should wear something that's a little bright.
Yeah. Yep. They say pumpkin carving problems, right? That could be something. You got knives. They say the fun tradition is a source of a lot of Halloween-related injuries, lacerations, deep cuts from knives and these carving tools. So they say to protect yourself, make sure tools specifically designed for pumpkin carving. They said let kids design and draw on the pumpkin, then the grown-ups handle the whole knifing parts, the carving part of it.
Yeah.
They said costume complications. We're talking about injuries for Halloween, according to an attorney. They said dressing up something long that drags on the ground, masks that block your vision on pathways that aren't well lit, injuries like broken bones, sprains, even concussions they've seen.
Wow.
Yeah. So they say protect yourself, your kids, by making your costumes practical for trick-or-treating. They aren't hazard for tripping, and watch those sharp accessories and props. Then we have the candy catastrophes is what they call it. Choking is another risk on Halloween. They said, so if you dig into your candy while trick-or-treating, do it while standing still, they say, to minimize the chance of choking. Mm-hmm. Because these kids are probably running to houses and just popping candy in their mouth and choking out. Then finally here they say potentially dangerous decorations, burns from decorative candles, jack-o'-lanterns common around Halloween. So they say avoid those open flames, especially some of those cheap costumes, they say, can be very flammable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. We were talking because I think a lot of people are going to carve their pumpkins this week.
Okay.
Because they don't withstand Florida. Yeah, with the humidity and the heat.
You're done.
But I did read.
I learned that the hard way years ago.
Me too. It turned into mush. I was like, ugh.
And it smells.
So they say that if you're going to do it, it helps the longevity of it. They said to rub Vaseline all on the inside of the pumpkin.
Inside?
Inside.
Okay.
Like when you carve it.
All right.
Yeah, rub it, and it's supposed to make it last longer.
All right. There it is. If you're good with Vaseline, that's what you do with the pumpkin. No baby oil, Vaseline.
You know, I thought about you over the weekend, G-Man. I went over to Joseph's and Giada, the one that you love from the Food Network.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her own line now of pastas, and they're everywhere there. But they're so obnoxiously huge.
They're big boxes.
It's like a 3-foot box, and I'm like, where are you going to store this in your house? There's no cabinets that fits in.
It's big.
It is.
And they got a picture everywhere.
I know. I was like, that's cool, but it's really not practical. They're huge.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And they're like green
they're like
and
bigger
gold.
than like Costco size.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jesus.
You can't miss them.
No.
I don't know price-wise how they are, but yeah, I did
I don't think I looked at the price either because I was like, that's stupid. It's so big.
Yeah, they are big boxes. Somebody thought that was a good concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is all over the
Definitely
place.
notice, right? I mean, you can't not go in there and not see it. I mean, it's just in your face.
877-927-6969. We're just getting this kicking, baby, on a Monday. If you want to jump in, you can. Halloween, what are you doing? You dressing up, work, or you dressing up to treat? Also, is the Dolphins season over? Is the Yankees done? What about the Yanks? They got to win tonight, 8:08. Oh, my God, tonight. If the Yankees lose tonight, Statue of Liberty is going to drop her torch.
And then just a heads up, we do have still $1,000 we are giving away. We get those keywords. The next one's going to happen at 11 a.m. Rover's going to give it to you. We call it Red Zone Revenue, so try to get yourself $1,000. You take the keyword, you enter it at realradio921.com. And we have our tastings event. That is just going to be in a few weeks, November 16th. Yeah.
He goes,
I'm so excited. So I got a new list, and this is going to be at the Tanger Outlets. If you have not been, we do one for the fall. We do one in spring. It's always a great time. This is the ultimate foodie event. Unlimited food, wine, craft beer. Tickets start at just $35. You can also get VIP tickets, which are limited. Get you in an hour earlier.
$35 for you, Don.
There you go. And then, so how great. City Cellar Wine Bar and Grill. Yeah. Excellent restaurant. It has stood I think is the only original City Place restaurant that's still there.
Oh, wow.
I would say so, right?
And I remember going there years ago.
Maybe Cheesecake Factory. That's still there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two. But City Cellar is excellent. They're going to be there. Crazy Uncle Mike's, if you like that. Yard House is a great place. Texas Roadhouse. BJ's Brewhouse, they always are there. So a lot of really cool places. If you want your tickets, go to pbtastings.com.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday, getting it started. Don't forget, you get a keyword. That's coming at you. We're going to come back with a trifecta. This day in history and family. Franny's got a story about NDA for sex. What? We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
We watched a movie last night. It's called Kill All the Neighbors, and it's about this guy who has a neighbor.
Spoiler alert.
You're never going to guess. Guys.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Still looking at a couple of rough areas here for the speed, at least. Stop and go 95 northbound between 6th and 10th, and delays on the Turnpike northbound between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Lake Worth Road. We also have a crash, Palm Beach Gardens area, Alt 81A at Hood Road, and part of that intersection is blocked. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
This report is paid for by American Policy Roundtable.
Hey, do you know who's running for president? Of course you do. But how about those down ballot races? Not as easy, is it? Visit ivoters.com for nonpartisan ballot information on candidates from the State House to the White House. It's not all about the president. Visit ivoters.com today.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, and it's football season, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be watching the games with beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open, and the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu. Even if your team's not winning, you'll feel like a winner because you're at Monroe's with the beautiful ladies, and you're inside the huddle. Always a great time on Monroe's and Palm Beach. Get over there today, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be. Peace!
Hey everyone, it's Jay Shetty, and I am so excited to let you know that my latest podcast interview is with the one and only Tom Hanks.
I have left many wonderful atmosphere or a loving atmosphere without thinking, oh, things were really wonderful back then. I wish I was back there. Jay, I don't think I've ever thought that.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search On Purpose.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. That army includes an entire legal team, specialist lawyers, investigators, and a 24/7 client satisfaction staff. Just like if you were going into surgery, you wouldn't trust one person to handle the paperwork, the scheduling, the anesthesia, and the surgery. Have you ever seen a surgeon operating alone and without resources? No way. Why would you trust a small firm with your case? Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them.
This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333. Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Clouds and some sun through Monday with temperatures in the low 80s across the area and an onshore breeze. This will bring a chance for a stray shower into the afternoon. Then partly cloudy, mild again tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by Tuesday morning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them, and we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're gonna find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Don't forget, everybody, it is your chance to win $1,000 13 times a day. Like Francis said, we don't know when this is going to run out. Could be this week, could be next week, but you better make sure you make it happen. Rover gives you a keyword, then you run with it. Is The Penthouse on a Monday? Looks a little men's and men's out there, but hopefully we have a good week weather-wise. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And he shaved his beard. So now you're out of John Wick. You're out of John Wick. Now maybe, Franny, what do you think? Could he do for Tom Hanks a little? I could see him doing Tom Hanks.
I don't know. He's too young.
Well, I don't know. He could do Tom Hanks, I think. He's got that look.
I don't see it.
Maybe?
No.
They could put on a beard again still with makeup and all that.
What was the movie with Tom Hanks when he was a kid again?
Big.
Oh, Big. You could do Big too. I think there you go. We're going to get you in Hollywood somehow. Or maybe just debate the Hollywood sign. Franny's here today.
Hi.
And it is time for your first Greeks Trifecta and This Day in History.
Riders up. It's Greeks Trifecta.
Man, college football, every week there's a change, and every week it seems like something new is happening. The Canes did beat Florida State, and they did cover. This week they're playing Duke, and they're laying 19 against Duke. Oh, my God, that's a ton of points. That'll be down at Hard Rock Stadium. And remember, there's a lot of bad blood between Duke and Miami. That's the old Miami coach. He's coming back. So we'll see what happens with that. Oregon is #1. Georgia and Florida play the biggest cocktail party. They don't like to call it that anymore, but I still do. Alabama blew out over the weekend, so they're still alive. Notre Dame crushed Navy, and Texas A&M smacked LSU in the second half. They had a freshman quarterback come off the bench, and I think he threw a couple touchdowns, and they scored 4 times in a row. So hats off to the college football. In the NFL, the biggest game everybody's talking about is the Bears and Washington because the outcome, Hail Mary at the end of the game, and the guy had the ball for almost 12 seconds before he tossed it, which was unbelievable. People are also talking about the Jets' struggles and the Cowboys, both teams that people thought were going to have good years, especially the Jets with all the additions they made. But, man, they are just not winning at all. It's got to be a struggle to be in that complex today. Cowboys got beat by the Niners, which was another interesting thing. The Miami Heat did something over the weekend, and everybody on social media went crazy.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Man.
Like, I don't understand. Like, did anybody... And this is just me, common sense, and I do this at iHeart when we have issues. Like, did anybody look at this statue?
It's so bad. If you have not seen it, it's supposed to be Dwayne Wade, and it is not him. It's not. I don't know who that person is.
I mean, this is as bad as when the Philadelphia 76ers did a statue for Iverson. It was real small. Like, it wasn't a statue. It was, like, more on, like, a podium thing, and it was like, what are they doing? But this is bad.
It's so bad. Like, it.
Now, would you, if you were Dwayne Wade...
It kind of sort of looks like Lawrence Fishburne.
That's what people, some people.
It does. It kind of looks like him.
Now, a statue, if you get that made for you and you're a ball player, that's an unbelievable honor. But do you ask them, like, can we change it?
They got to redo that.
You think?
They have to. It's not him.
It's got to be.
And it's an honor, right? It's supposed to be.
Course.
You would never know. I mean, he's wearing the number. It says in the back of the jersey, but that face is not him.
What do you think he said when he saw it? Do you think he saw it beforehand? Because if he saw it beforehand, now do you say something to them as a way to be like, no, man, I don't want. Say to them, they had a statue of you at iHeart.
Yeah, I think he's got to say something.
He did. He goes, that's crazy. I can't believe that. Who is that guy? Is what he said when it was unveiled. That is a quote from him.
Wow. Which was an honor and a big thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the Heat are going to do it over. They got crushed on social media. Everybody was talking about it. And it's huge, too. I think it's 8 feet. But the face does not look like him. Body, yes, but not the face. So I don't know. I don't know if they change it or not. We'll see. Man, they had such a good week, too. And, they unveiled the whole thing with Pat Riley Court, and then they did the Dwayne Wade statue. But as soon as it was out, I mean, I had so many people calling me and texting me saying, did you see the Wade statue? And I'm like, not thinking anything of it. I was like, no, not yet. I guess when I get down there, they're like, oh, my God, it's so bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, so bad.
Somebody said, a reporter that it looks better in person than it does in photographs. I'm like, I don't know.
All right.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens. Greek Strive Factor. We'll get into the World Series and more. Sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Now over to Franny for This Week in History. No, Florida Stars.
No, it's This Day in History.
Oh, yeah, this day.
How long have you been doing this for?
17 years.
This is the Penthouse. Welcome. Let's do This Day in History.
I was watching him.
Okay.
And I knew he was on the phone, so I was trying to, give him more time.
By making mistakes?
Yeah.
Got it.
Typical G.
Yeah. Back in the day, October 28th, this day in history, not this week in history. 388 years ago, 1636, Harvard College was founded in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It's an old school. 388 years. 138 years ago, 1886. Speaking of unveiling a statue, the Statue of Liberty was unveiled.
Oh, nice.
President Grover Cleveland formally dedicated the 225-ton, 152-foot tall gift from the people of France in New York Harbor. Then we have here, 63 years ago, 1961, record store owner Brian Epstein received a request from a customer for a song called My Bonnie from an obscure new group called The Beatles. He'd never heard of them, but he soon became their manager. He was a record store owner, and he just got a request for the song. He was like,
crazy story.
Okay. 59 years ago, 1965, the St. Louis Gateway Arch was completed. Then we have 43 years ago, 1981. Speaking of the Dodgers and Yankees, the Dodgers beat the Yankees in 6 games to win the World Series. They said the Dodgers were carried on I love how they say this, the chubby shoulders of one Fernando Valenzuela and one Pedro Guerrero. They said it was not I'm not even going to finish that part. 28 years ago, 1996, Richard Jewell, They said that this is the dude cleared of committing the Olympic Park bombing.
That was
held a news conference in Atlanta in which he thanked his mother for standing by him and lashed out at reporters, investigators who depicted him as being the bomber when he wasn't. God, that had to have sucked, right?
Oh my God, they showed there was, remember, a million reporters outside his house, and he was just a regular guy. It's so sad.
I think there's a special, or
there was a movie
docu or something. Yeah, a movie. I didn't watch it though. Probably good. 20 years ago, 2004, Bill O'Reilly reached some kind of undisclosed settlement with his accuser, O'Reilly Factor producer Andrea Macris. They said you can listen to her talk about the sexual harassment case and a response to. I can find that audio. 20 years ago, 2004, David Hasselhoff lost his license because of a DUI. The Hoff. 12 years ago, finally here, this day in history, 2012, the San Francisco Giants swept the Detroit Tigers to win the World Series. They say Pablo Kung Fu Panda Sandoval was the series MVP. And there you go, October 28th, this day in history.
Thank you, Franny. We do it once a show to reflect on what is going on. Don't forget, this week it is Halloween. A lot of parties this weekend were going on. Let us know if you went to a party and maybe you want a costume. That'd be great to hear. Gets me every time. Again, Justice was at Monroe's all weekend, putting on some shows, which was great.
How was it? Time.
I didn't get to go up there. I was trying to go Saturday, but I didn't go. I was watching the World Series, and I got a little tied up, literally. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Is the Dolphins season over? Are the Yankees done? Did you go to a Halloween party and you were like, man, this is awesome? And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Is Halloween actually a good night to take a girl out on a first date? So, Franny, you have an interesting topic. I can't even believe that it is possible that people do this, but it is something about kinks and sex.
So there is a survey that was done. You know, I like me a survey and a study, and they were talking about how some people. Well, I love this. They said if you don't trust your hookup, there are what they call digital condoms and sexual NDAs. So for most people, long-term relationships, right, it's easy to have a what happens in the bedroom stays in the bedroom policy. Mm-hmm. But for people who want to have fun with just hookups, random hookups, that they don't really know people or can trust them, I love this. They said the New York Post has your back. So over the weekend, they posted 2 articles that could be good resources. There is a German company that's developed an app called Camdom instead of condom, which is being described as a digital condom. So it's supposed to protect users from non-consensual nudes. So nobody can send you a random D-pic is what it does. They say both participants download the app, activate it, and then it sets off an alarm if one phone gets disconnected or captures any kind of weird footage. But they say it's one of those things where when you download this, it's a first of its kind digital condom, which is very weird to me. So yeah, they say that it protects from recording of non-consensual content during sex by blocking the mobile devices. So let's say you're getting it on, that person can't pick up their phone and start filming you without your knowledge of it. And I guess that's a problem. I guess people do that. I mean, who knew? They said taking photos, videos, audio.
And what is a condom for?
Yeah. I know you don't know, G-Man. Taking photos, videos, or audio without a consent from a smartphone has never been easier, which has led an alarming situation among teens around the world where they said, getting filmed while they don't realize they're doing it and the content is leaked. It spreads like a virus, making it impossible to track. And then, of course, causing emotional distress, depression, loss of jobs. Crazy things can happen when that stuff's posted online.
And supposed to even audio, supposed to tape and something.
Yeah. So they say Camdom app is easy to use as a regular condom, which probably means G-Man would not be able to use this thing. He probably would know how. They said before having sex, users place their smartphones close to each other, swipe down a virtual button to block all cameras and microphones. If one user tries to sneak out or do it, an alarm signals the potential threat of the non-consensual recording. So the alarm will go off.
I mean, can't you just say, don't film this?
You can, but there's some sketchy people out there, G-Man.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, they're the ones who film it and put it online and don't tell you without your consent.
You're right. I'm just thinking, again, people you know and stuff like that. I would think if you're hooking up with somebody, like, you're not filming this, are you? I mean, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of bad people out there, G. And then they said in a new survey of sexually active adults, a whopping 95% of people admit to being at least somewhat kinky. 95%, that's a lot. Sorry. They say in the bedroom, but more than half said they were shy about sharing their desires with their partner. So they looked into it. It said 20% say they're hesitant because they don't know if they can trust their partner not to kiss and tell.
Okay.
Or maybe even look at them kind of awkward. So they say that 37% of them would happily sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and they are interested in that idea of an NDA for sex. Could you imagine having to sign a contract before you did anything with somebody?
I know there are a lot of famous ball players who make girls do that when they end up having a night with them. And they walk in, there's somebody sitting there, you have to sign it. So I've heard that. I've heard of.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but this...
Especially if you're married.
Yeah, especially if you're married.
Yeah.
But this is like, oh, man, it's so crazy that you got to sit there and you got to sign this. If I show you this side of me, you have to sign this.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the penalty? I mean, then you go to court. And then,
I guess, yeah.
And then everybody's going to find out in court. It's crazy. I mean, it really is. Man, I can't believe that somebody... What would you do, Dom, in that situation? If somebody said to you, you got to sign this paper before we have sex.
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care? You would sign it?
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wouldn't you say to her, like, you're assuming a lot, like I'm going to put out tonight? When you don't know if I am, you got to earn it. Tell her that.
But people are really worried. They said half of the respondents admit to being afraid their partner would react badly if they knew the truth about their fantasies and kinks. I guess that's how crazy they think that their kinks are.
Oh, wait. Let's back up a minute. Okay, so you're in a relationship with somebody, make believe, okay? And if you can't tell them or share it with them, then who are you having it with? Then you're having
You're keeping it to yourself, I guess.
Or you're having it with other people?
No, they just admit that their partner would react badly to it. Nobody's saying that they're going off and cheating. Why would you automatically go there?
Because I think if they're into that, then they're not going to give up something that they really like. So I think in that situation, they'll be like, well, I got to get it someplace. I don't want to tell my partner because they might think I'm weird, so I'm going to bang somebody else. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Dom says he would sign it. No problem. Wow.
If they were like, you never know, the person might be famous or something like that. Some of those famous people make people sign NDAs.
We're not talking about famous. We're talking about some girl that you meet, you're out and about. You're out and about at a club, and she brings you back to her house, and she's like, you got to sign this because I dress up like Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I don't want anybody to know. And my sheep are in the closet. Will you sign this?
Interesting.
Sure.
Dom said sure. I was like, when she said sheep were in the mix, I'm out.
I said they're in the closet. They're just there for effect. They're not actually going to get involved.
So the top kinks that people had here, public sex was number one. Threesomes was the second one on the list. And then they said the third one is foot fetishes. So about 1 in 7 respondents admitted to a foot fetish.
Threesomes, really?
Yeah.
That could be considered a fetish? I would think of more
It's
of
a kink, yeah, why not?
On a regular, I don't know, more of a fantasy. Like, guys love it until the girl goes, I want another guy. Then they're like, whoa, what's going on?
Would someone make you sign one of these if they were cheating?
Probably.
Oh,
You know, something like that?
Yeah.
Well, cheating's different than having a kink.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though.
Like
Imagine
an
it that way.
NDA.
Yeah, that's totally different. It's two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want you to sign this because I'm married, and I don't know if it's even going to hold up in court. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's crazy. I think when you got to start getting legal in the bedroom, that's pretty bad to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's a desk and a little light over there, and you go, sit down over there. You go sign this. You take out your pen.
You got multiple copies for that, every day.
That's right. You got to whip it out. And then you see, like, on the left side of the desk, there's like 20 other ones. You're like, wow, busy week, huh?
Yep, see?
Yeah, I'm crushing it. That's how I knew about this. Or somebody meets you in another room. Supposedly, there's a couple ball players that do that you had to sign an NDA before you went into the room with them and all this other stuff. And again, I don't know how much those, like, really hold up. In court, I guess.
They have to. If you signed it, that would hold up in court. That's why you have them sign it.
But you hear a lot of these stories where people sign NDAs and 15 years later they come out and they make comments. There was just one that happened a while ago, and that's what I'm asking about. I guess there's a time also that's involved in something like this. Is it lifetime? Is it 10 years? I don't know. It seems pretty crazy to me. I think if somebody wanted me to sign something, I'd be like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go down this road. There's many roads in the road. I'm out. Peace. I'm not signing anything. I'm out. I mean, come on. You should be paying me, first of all. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. This weekend, how was it? Did you go to any Halloween parties? Did you win any money in a costume? There's some huge costume prizes out there. Vegas, forget, $20,000, $25,000. But even here, there's some great costume prizes. How about a costume at a bar where if you win, you get to drink free every time you go in there for the rest of the year? $100 a night.
That's nice. That's a nice giveaway. You know somebody doing that?
I told somebody to do it at Home Club. They're like, freak. I'm like, I'm just saying. I think that's a great prize.
Did you do anything Halloweenish this weekend?
Nope.
Dress up? No, nothing?
I did the cancer walk that I had on Saturday morning.
You did a good job with that, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
But nothing at night?
Nope.
No.
And you're not going to go trick-or-treating. You said you're going to give candy out.
Yeah.
All right. Franny, you're giving candy out?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And it should be an interesting week. And don't forget about our clocks on Saturday night, which is really Sunday morning. He's shaking his head over there.
That's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough?
Yeah, especially if I want to go play golf.
Oh.
That means I'm going to be getting
So this golf game, how much do you play? Once a week? Twice a week?
Try to go play once a week.
Are you getting good?
Yeah. I broke an 80. I shot an 89 this last time, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
Have you ever had lessons?
A few.
That's cool.
Just a couple.
That's good. Maybe you can start playing golf and getting better and start hustling some people, making some money.
It's all about hustling for you, isn't it?
Well, if you're gonna, anything we're doing is we're doing for money.
Oh, trust me, but people love to bet on golf.
Oh, I know. That's why I never took it up. That's the reason I got, Freddie, I tell you, I got more golf shirts than anybody.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't take it up.
I'm not taking up golf. All my friends bet on it. All of them.
Yeah.
And then you ask them after the day, like when I see them, I go, how'd you do it? And they're not that bad at the game, but like, I lost this, I lost that. Michael Jordan and them NBA players.
Yeah, but that's big money.
I know, but even guys here, I mean, you go golfing, you lose a couple thousand. That's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. I know people play 100 a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
that
lot.
adds up.
Yeah. So I'd rather not do that.
But yeah, our day it's the end of daylight saving time. So we knock at 2 a.m. local time, right? Sunday. Set our clocks back an hour. So we do get that little extra sleep, but some of the cons that come with it, dealing with getting darker earlier, I think a lot of people don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they do say one of the best ways to prepare you and your pets too, because it's not your pets may be a little confused on what's going on, is they say to gradually move dinner time and bedtime back this week, so that by Saturday night the adjustment is fine.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
All right, there's a little tip for you guys, and if you do bitch about it, a lot of people do, and hopefully maybe in the future it's going to go away.
I feel like it went away. We were talking about it, and then it just went away. Who was it? Was it Rubio that was pushing it?
Yeah, Rubio was
the Sunshine Protection Act or something. I can't remember. But, yeah, I feel like it just went away. It was such a big deal. They were trying to get it to go away, and then I don't know what happened with that.
No,
Got to make it a law.
Yeah, this week you got to do it, so be prepared. And like Franny said, maybe you could change your dinner or your bedtime arrangement so you don't worry about it. Then it's not such a big shocker to you and doesn't affect you all next week. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. It's a great time of year for sports. Everything is going on. Don't forget, we are at home of the Panthers, and they have a game tonight. They're taking on Buffalo. Hockey's going on. The NBA's going on. Baseball, football, college football, everything. Everything is going on. And you guys make sure, if you're betting, make sure you're always betting on the Hard Rock app. And again, when you're winning, you feel great about betting.
I got, speaking of winning, 47142 started off with Real Radio. Our dude Jason texted in. He said, guess what? I won. He said, guess what, Franny? I won. I will call a little later. That's from Jason, your contestant.
Oh, can't wait to hear from you.
On Gridiron. And then we have, caller Anthony guaranteed bailout football pick was wrong.
Yep.
But Dominic's for Russian UFC guys all won, and the main event guy also.
Yep.
5-team parlay. I hope he did. I will listen to Dom from now on. Any Kings can go scratch.
Yeah.
I think he meant to say Anthony, but it says any Kings. It must be a voice to text. Let's see. And we do. It says, why don't you all ever repeat the keyword? We will. What, do you want to do the keyword? Anytime you ask for it, we will give it to you.
We always do. We even say it. I say it sometimes.
It's a little late, though, in the hour.
Is it?
Because the new one's going to come out in like 6 minutes.
All right, so there you go. All right, so you got to wait for the 11 o'clock keyword. Sorry about that. Greek has a point, and public sex is the best. I don't know what your point was. I read that too, but they said public sex is the best. Then we have, with Dwayne Wade's statue, I get that there is an artistry to what these guys do for a living as sculptors, but can't they at least make a 3D replica, at least of his head, that the sculpture can work off of? They did this for thousands of years with plaster. They said, this is a Paris and clay, I don't know. Excuse me. And then we have the NDA Stormy Daniels had to sign for Trump. Yeah, it didn't hold up.
That's what I was. Thank you, because that's the one I was thinking about.
They said that story came out via book and documentary. So.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I didn't remember what case it was, but I knew it was somebody famous where she signed one, and then she did a book and everything. So
there you go. So I guess it doesn't hold up. I guess
I don't know. I mean, who the hell knows what holds up and what doesn't? It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We'll give you a new keyword in a couple of minutes while we're over, and we will repeat it. Remember, it's Halloween all week. Trick or treat. Don't go early to people's houses. They don't like that. Like, don't be knocking on anybody's door tonight. Wait until Thursday night. It's Francis. Dominic, clean shaven. Ooh, the beard. As soon as I saw him today, I said, ooh, the beard is gone. Wow. Did they proof you to get in the building today? Look about 16. Franny is here. We'll come back with some Florida stories and a lot more. Peace.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Real Radio wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green, and Finer.
Insurance companies don't make it easy when you've been injured in a car accident. Steinger, Green, and Finer, we fight hard so you win. Call us now.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm in Miami.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike continues to be accident-free, flowing freely as well. We have some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive that'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Norton 360.
Outsmart cyber criminals this October with Norton 360. For Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Norton 360 offers a software updater feature to reduce vulnerabilities. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off your first year at norton.com/secure.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th in Palm Beach County. Polls are open at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting is available through November 3rd at 26 locations throughout Palm Beach County. You can make an appointment to save time at votepalmbeach.gov. Mail ballots are due by November 5th. You can also drop off mail ballots at any early voting locations or one of the 4 location offices. You can track your ballot status online at votepalmbeach.gov. For details on voting locations, early voting, and tracking mail ballots, visit votepalmbeach.gov.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more
GoBetterGarage.com.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. Even if she accidentally knocks out a side accent diamond, Diamonds Direct will replace it free. Now, other stores claim to offer warranties, but the catch is that they won't honor it unless you bring your ring in for regular inspections. But at Diamonds Direct, inspections are never required. There's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Plain and simple, at Diamonds Direct, we stand behind what we sell, and we're committed to service it at no charge for life, period. It's all part of our commitment to provide you with the ultimate in value and total confidence before, during, and long after your purchase. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at lifelock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM. Or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Unless you've been totally off the grid, you probably know there's a big election this year. Did you know that there's so much more than the president on the ballot? This year, we are voting for members of the House and the Senate, governors and state legislatures, school boards and sheriffs, and so much more. People are making decisions that shape your future, with or without you. So make sure you vote about it. Don't sit out this election. Make a plan. Vote early, by mail, or on Election Day. Go to whenweallvote.org. Sponsored by Civic Nation.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected throughout the rest of the day today. We have high temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, just a little bit above our average for this time of year. Now that we have that easterly component back into our wind flow, you can expect some gusty winds, but also the chance for a spotty shower throughout the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword credit at realradio921.com. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. You guys going to get a new keyword. We'll give it to you and your opportunity to win $1,000. It is The Greek on Real Radio with Francis and Dominic. Good morning, Dominic.
Hey there, Greek.
And it is hello to Francis.
Hello.
And time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right. So this crazy story I have an update on. You may not know the name Sarah Boone, but you may remember the story. And this was back in 2020 where her and her boyfriend, Jorge Torres Jr., were drinking. And he voluntarily got inside of a suitcase because he thought that they were joking around when she zipped him up and didn't let him out. And the dude died, suffocated in there.
Terrible.
Yeah. They said they argued. She went upstairs, went to sleep, according to him, believing he could get himself out. That's what she told police, according to the criminal complaint. When she got up the next morning, she discovered that he was still inside the suitcase and had died. God, what a terrible way to go. Could you imagine?
Oh, yeah. What a terrible way.
Well, anyways, so prosecutors said she knew that he could not get out of the suitcase on his own and cause his death. So a jury found her guilty of second-degree murder this past Friday.
Wow.
Yep, she said, I zipped him up. We thought it was funny, and we were joking about how he was small enough to fit inside the suitcase. We were laughing about it. She said that during her trial that she started filming on her cell phone and decided to have a conversation with him while he was confined in the suitcase so that she could express her feelings. So she left him in there so she could talk to him. She said that he had abused her in the past. According to her, the approximate 2-minute video was shown in the courtroom. In the video, Torres said repeatedly he couldn't breathe, and she can be heard laughing. And then she's also saying, that's what you do when you choke me. That's on you.
Oh.
As he's saying, yeah, couldn't breathe. But this is all on cell phone footage that they played. But yeah, they said things got heated. Torres threatened her. She said she feared that he was going to break out of the suitcase and he was able to get his hands out. He would hurt her, and that's why she just left him in there. But man, crazy story. Then next up, in your What the Florida, man, this woman thought this was really smart of her, and for a very scary situation. So over the weekend, Volusia County sheriffs received a call around 4 a.m. from a woman calling to order pizza. But the pizza was just a cover for her desperate plea for help. So after the woman placed this pretend order, the operator asked if she's aware that you're calling 911. And she was like, yes, I'm sure I'm calling to that number, she replied. Immediately, the 911 operator realized the victim probably was in danger.
Oh, that's smart.
And they said they ended up getting access to figure out where her phone was due to her not knowing the location of the field she was in. They said that after being brought there by the suspect. So officials used coordinates to dispatch deputies who went out on foot to roam several fields to locate the victim. The sheriff's office said that Pearson has acres and acres of fields, so this was going to be something maybe difficult, but loud music was what revealed the location of the victim and the abuser. They found the man on top of her, the screaming female, and she's yelling, he's trying to rape me, can you help me? So one of the deputies found the victim, and of course the woman sobbing, telling authorities the man was trying to rape her. She heard continuously thanking the deputies for rescuing her. And luckily they did. They showed up. The victim told officials the two had known each other and that he had taken her to a field to have a few drinks. Then they did a line of cocaine. She said he did a complete 180, started becoming extremely violent. They said that this guy, they ended up arresting Hernandez Moncayo, but somehow, some way he allowed her to use her phone when she said at the time that she wanted to order a pizza for them.
Thank God.
And that's when she decided to call 911 instead.
So the attack was going on, and she said, wait a minute, I want to call for a pizza?
Well, I guess she started noticing that he was getting aggressive. Yeah.
Thank God. They found
right?
it. Yeah. Ooh.
They said, and that's what they said. They said that was very smart thinking of the victim who figured out a way to call for help. And she did. And then finally here in your What the Florida, a bacon heist. I mean, I love bacon, but I'm not going to go stealing it, especially
some people will.
$100,000 worth of bacon.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of bacon.
My God. That's a lot of pig.
Police in Miami say that they busted a dude who stole a trailer full of bacon.
Oh.
They said that Marcos Gonzalez stole a 53-foot refrigerated semi-trailer from a parking lot in Daytona and had 192 pounds of frozen bacon in the back. Surveillance video captured the theft, showing him a blue SUV canvassing the area, parking next to the stolen trailer. A license plate reader led detectives to the car of Gonzalez, driving it in Miami-Dade. They eventually found the stolen trailer. So, man, yeah, I wonder, he probably could get some good money. Bacon's expensive these days.
You can sell elastic bands.
Bacon
if you
is
buy a trailer, if
expensive.
anything, somebody wants to buy it on the black market, and then you take it off. There it is. Maybe you pull out to an IHOP. Say, hey, what are you going to do? Anybody's selling bacon.
And that is you with the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it all the time. Twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. Florida stories that you guys give us, and then we give them back to you. I had one of the weirdest requests over the weekend for tickets. I never got it in my life. I got it this weekend. Buddy of mine said, can you get me tickets to the Trump rally at Madison Square Garden? I was like, what? I didn't even know there was a rally. He sold out last night, 20,000. They said they could have got it twice. That's how many people they had. But, yeah, I never had anybody ever ask me to get tickets to a rally. I talked to Brian Mudd.
I didn't know that they charge to go to rallies.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I know those are like ticketed events.
They are. I talked to
Interesting.
Brian Mudd. That's what I was going to say. From WJNO, and he said they are not tickets that you can purchase.
Okay.
You get the tickets.
Well, they said they were sold out.
Yeah.
So
I guess when they meant by sold out was that there was no seats available. Every seat was taken at Madison Square Garden, and they could have sold out twice. They had so many people. But when he texted me, I'm like, what do you want? Trump rally tickets? I'm like, really? Yeah, the biggest ticket I got to get right now is June 1st. I got to get tickets for the Ravens and the Eagles football game in Baltimore. That's what I'm working on. But it was just crazy that I got some kind of request like that.
yeah, they said it. Who celebrity appearances including Hulk Hogan, Elon Musk, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tucker Carlson were all there.
Oh, I'm sure they were all there.
No, they weren't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were all there.
Jet season looks like it is completely finished. If you're a Jet fan, man, how are you taking this? This is very tough. And the Dolphins, too. Dolphins look like they're done. What's going to happen with the Dolphins? Tua did have a run yesterday, which I know everybody in attendance was like, oh, my God. When I saw him start to run, I'm like, is there something wrong with him? But he slid. So everybody was like, yay, he slid. Good job. Like it was a little kid in your backyard. You're like, yay, he knows what he's doing. Finally.
He didn't get hurt. Yay.
Yeah, oh, my God. Yeah, oh, God. Everybody's heart on that one. Jason, who does mornings with Gator, with Franny, he was talking about he was there and everybody was like, just, oh, my God.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I would think the coaches would say to him, don't friggin' run. Throw the ball out of bounds. Do something.
Especially after he made a point to say that he was going to play more careful.
Yeah. You would just think he would. But, again, I think the emotion of the game, you get in there, you start playing, you see a little path, hey, I can make this, and take off. Ooh, that would have been bad, God forbid, if something happened. But Tua is playing, and he, like he said, I love playing football, and that's what I enjoy doing. You can see that, too. When he came out there, the fans were going crazy, and, all his friends and everybody on the team, everybody was so psyched. A lot of people thought the Dolphins were going to win yesterday, but not too much.
It wasn't a complete beatdown. The Sunshine Protection Act has passed the Senate, but has not passed the House. It's low priority because there's no money in it. They said, ask Greek, nobody's getting paid enough. So,
that's true.
So that was from our text at 47142. And then Al from Green Acres is giving us a lot of information about himself. He says, I don't require an NDA because everyone knows how kinky I am. I'm also bisexual. If I want sex, I need to buy it. All right. Thanks, Al.
Way to help the economy.
Thank you for letting us know that.
We got an email today about adults dressing up. I would guess that's somebody over the age of 18 or 21. 27% of people say that they're adults, that they're going to get dressed up for some reason. Doesn't mean they're going trick-or-treating. They'd be going to a Halloween party. I thought that number was a little low. I thought it'd be a little higher.
It might be just because Halloween's in a weird time of the week,
Yeah, because it's Thursday night.
Yeah.
You could be right. Maybe because...
Plus there's football.
Yeah, that's true. But if your girl says, we're going to a costume party or a game, you say you're going to a game. Football waits.
Yeah, you could have it on your phone.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, there it is. Amazon Prime. Let them buy a commercial. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. World Series tonight. Tickets are crazy expensive in New York. I'm not shocked. If the Dodgers win tonight, they're underdogs tonight, big underdogs. Don't try to buy a broom in L.A. because the brooms will be out. So hopefully the Dodgers do not win. At least then it becomes a series. It's 2-1. Yanks lose tonight. It's bad. Ugh. I got a text message from my brother early this morning. He's a super, super Yankee fan. lives and dies with them, and he's like, "We got to win tonight." I'm like, "No kidding." I didn't think they were going to win game 1 or 2. I just didn't see it. Gladiator 2's coming out. I think that's going to be out Thanksgiving. It got some good reviews. I don't know if it's going to do as good as Beetlejuice because Beetlejuice 2 really crushed it. But Gladiator 2.
I think it'll do very well.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of hype around it.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to see stuff already. Denzel's in it. And that'll be coming out. I think it's Thanksgiving weekend. Any urge or desire to see it?
I won't go to the theater to see it. I'll wait till a little bit.
You know, I don't know who goes to the theaters anymore because every time I ask somebody that, they say the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
but they're still going. I mean, people are. They're still going to the theater. It's just not us. But the three of us just don't go.
Yeah. I hear that from everybody, though. A lot of people, no, I'm not going to the theater. I'll wait till it comes out or something like that.
They're obviously think it's worth it because I said all those theaters are going to put billions of dollars in to revamp them and make it more of an experience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more they could do without raising ticket prices. I think that's the one thing people say a lot of times. Ticket prices keep them out. It's just too expensive. Plus, if you get some food and stuff like that, you know, going to movies used to be inexpensive evening. Now it's probably, $50, $60. And when you go to those places where, like, you hang out and you can get a nice chair and you could order food, you're looking at over $100 and something bucks. So I don't know. And you're only there 2 hours. See, that's the thing. If you go to a restaurant or a bar, you can hang out there 3-4 hours with somebody, and maybe people look at it like that. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. You can always bring up anything you want, but things on the topic table today. Are the Dolphins' season over? Is the Yankees done? What is going on with the Jets? Are they finished? Does Rodgers even finish out the year? Imagine if he just said, I'm out. I'm not doing. I think after yesterday, he's probably, I should have ran for vice president. But yeah, that was a brutal game yesterday. If you had the Bears, give us a call because you definitely should take today off. No doubt about it. A couple Bear fans I know are not in great moods. And I understand why. On the last play of the game, man, when that happens, that's got to kill. It just does. You go from winning to losing just like that. And did you see the play live?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I was watching it, too. Because it was the only game, I think, left on at 4 o'clock. Yep. Everything else was off, and they were showing it. And then he was running around. I was like, wow. They were saying maybe there was a hold on one of the players, the tackle, but they didn't call it. Then he spun around to the right, whatever it was, and he flung that ball 70 yards in the air.
And he had a little injury recently. I think.
His ribs.
Yep.
Hurt his ribs. But he had the ball for 12 seconds. That's longer than some of my relationships. I mean, my God, you couldn't. That's why I don't like that prevent defense. Rush the guy. Rush him. Don't give him time. I don't care who it is. And the Canes are still perfect, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. How was your husband? Was he psyched about that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know if he bet on that game? Because they covered.
He might have been part of his parlay. Yeah, he does parlays, so maybe it was in the mix.
All right.
I don't really pay much attention, so I'm not sure. I don't know if you saw this. How cool. We know that somebody who's really famous about party crashing is, why can't I think of his name? Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Bill Murray will randomly crash a wedding or a party. He does, but this is a pretty cool one because I think this guy is one of the most popular guys these days, and it's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he is.
So, he's still living young, wild, and free, and he was getting down on a party bus. Somebody posted videos that he wasn't invited to be in the first place. They said that he posted his own video on his Twitter saying he just crashed a random party bus, and he hopes that they all enjoyed spending about a minute with him before they continued on their merry way. So it's fun. They said there's no context here. He just kind of appears in the vehicle, totally shocking everybody that's in the party bus.
Is he smoking a joint?
And they said that from the writers' reactions, it seems clear that it's not a setup, right? Because there's a series of shocked and shrieks and what the F, people are saying when they notice the rap legend. They said, of course, G-Man. They said, so he gets in before lighting up what looks like a blunt and smoking away as his own song, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing, blares over the speakers.
Wow.
Yeah, they said it's a pretty short interaction with him hopping off the bus after about a minute instead of continuing on the group to their next location. But I'm sure that 1 minute was very memorable with him.
Oh, that'd be a huge surprise. And I think right now he's the most popular person right now as an entertainer.
Was it a surprise? I mean, they had a song ready.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound like a surprise.
Maybe they played it after the fact. I don't know because they said that you could. I see the video. Haven't watched it yet. I'm going to click on it, but the claim is that everybody's just like, what the?
Yeah.
That's shocked. But who knows?
Somebody was talking about Taylor Swift. She got a phone call on stage.
Yep.
And
that was staged though too.
I know. And
Who was it?
Somebody she was doing.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, okay.
She was doing her song, I think, and my buddy was there, and he was talking about it, and then his wife was there, and they were like, it was unbelievable. Her phone rang. I'm like, you don't think that was staged? Like, she's gonna answer her phone in the middle of a concert? Like, what do you? And I guess she said like, hey, I'm on stage and I'm doing your song, and they were like, oh wow, and everybody, and these people like believed it. I'm like, come on.
Well, see, I almost believe that one time, it was last month or so, when Lenny Kravitz, he got a call from Denzel Washington on stage. And Denzel did look surprised, but I don't know if it was real or not, because he answers the phone. The phone's in his back pocket. He grabs it, and he sees it's Denzel, so he answers it, and then he turns Denzel to the crowd.
Maybe.
Because it's a FaceTime.
Maybe, I don't know.
So he turns him to the crowd, and, telling him to say hi to everybody. But
I think the Taylor
it is
Swift
weird
thing.
to answer your phone in the middle of a concert if it's not staged. It is weird.
20,000 people, 50,000
Like you're in the middle
people
of a
screaming.
song,
And then she pops up from the stage like 10 seconds later.
Yeah, that was staged. There's no way that would happen. And why the hell would she even have her phone on her? You're on stage performing for 50,000 people. You got your phone on. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I got to get this. Oh, yeah, okay. It's my landscaper. He's not coming Tuesday. He's going to come Thursday. You're not doing that. The Lenny Kravitz thing? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe Denzel doesn't know his schedule and know he's out there. Or maybe he's leaving a message. I can see that. The Puff Daddy thing, like you just said, not Puff Daddy, Snoop Dogg, then you said, like, why are they playing his song right away? So that's a little odd. But I do think he's the most popular right now, in my opinion, all demographics. I never hear a bad word about him. I just don't. And everybody's like always says, oh, Snoop's so cool. I love to hang out with him. I love to party with him. The Manning cast tonight, they're going to have Lawrence Taylor on. And he's going to be joining because the Giants are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he's going to be doing it from Boca Raton, Lawrence Taylor. So Taylor's going to be on the Manning cast tonight. He's going to be doing it from Boca. So when you check it out, you'll see him. I don't know if they're going to say where he's from, but I do know he's going to be at a certain location, my buddy told me. And it's going to be LT talking football with the Mannings. Don, we have somebody on hold?
We do. We have your buddy Greg.
Greg, what's happening?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Greg?
Yeah, Franny.
Yes, Greg?
Do you know like China does not allow gambling in the Himalayas?
No, Greg, why?
Because they hate Tibet.
Oh my goodness!
He had a good one the other day.
That was good.
I think he had one with you off air or something like that. Or he called in. Oh, it was with Joe on the locker room. That's what it was. It was pretty funny. So he called up Joe in the locker room. It was really funny. And he goes, "Hey, Joe." And he goes, "Yeah, Greg." He goes, "You want to talk to your wife?" He's so crazy. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Is the Dolphin season over? My God. And it's not even November 1st. It's going to be pretty difficult for the Dolphins to make the playoffs at this point. Tua came back, played okay. Didn't play great, didn't play bad, played okay. It is Halloween week, so we'll be talking a lot of Halloween stuff. That's on Thursday. And are you getting dressed up for Halloween? Are you going trick-or-treating? We talked about we said 15 we agreed on, and that was also a survey was about when you should stop trick-or-treating, 15 or 14. I've always said I don't know why homeless people don't go trick-or-treating. You wear a mask. You're looking for food every day. You just knock on people's door, and you get candy. I mean, you're not going to get like a full meal, but nobody's going to say anything to you, so they'll never know. You can even go as you are. Say you don't, you're just like, hey, I'm a homeless person. Nobody's like, if somebody came to my house and they were homeless, I give them something. Like, here you go. Just a thought, people out there, instead of begging people at the corner, I'm trying to help everybody out. And you don't need a sign. You just knock on somebody's door. And remember, Halloween's the only night of the year you can knock on a girl's door or guys that you find attractive. And you can be like, hi, just thought I'd ask you out.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat, thought I'd ask
Can't go ask for sugar.
Yeah.
It is a bad
It is weird, though, because they'll be like, how do you know where I live? I don't know. A little weird.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
That's a little creepy vibes.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if it's good advice.
I gotta take that out.
Yeah, you do.
I'm thinking more when I was when I was in the place in Boca, because you would know somebody like where they were if they were on your floor.
Because you lived in a building, yes, yeah, like a high rise kind of thing. But yes, no. If you show up at somebody's house and they never gave you their address, I don't know if it's a good look.
Probably not.
No.
Framy's probably not.
Yeah.
You better off maybe fender bender. All right.
Oh yeah, hit her car.
Yeah.
Hit her car car instead. Perfect. You're so good at this, G, man.
Buy her a new car, G. There you go.
So good at this.
I gotta meet you. It's not my fault you're attractive. I think I'm attractive. You're attractive.
I'll hit your car.
Yeah.
Just rear end you.
Not bad. Like just a little tap.
He wants to rear end her another way, too.
Yeah, well, that's why he's rear ending her.
Both of you are in timeout during break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
We watched a movie last night. It's called Kill All the Neighbors, and it's about this guy who has a neighbor.
Spoiler alert.
You're never going to guess. Guys.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Looking pretty good along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike are accident-free, flowing freely as well. We do have some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive that'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, and it's football season. And Monday Night Football, that's where you should be watching the games with beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open, and the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu. Even if your team's not winning, you'll feel like a winner because you're at Monroe's with the beautiful ladies, and you're inside the huddle. Always a great time on Monroe's and Palm Beach. Get over there today, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be. Peace.
Come on out to Townies this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football Watch Party of the season as Miami takes on Buffalo. Great food and drink specials, including $2 Miller Lite drafts during the game, $3.75 drafts, and 5 for 15 buckets during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Townies Tavern, 2777 Southwest Martin Highway in Palm City. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good? Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Hey, it's great to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greeks Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at lifelock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
The future of cool, comfortable sleep is here. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed. The only smart bed in the world that actively cools and effortlessly adjusts to both of you. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. It actively cools to keep you cool and comfortable throughout the night. Save on smart beds now during our fall sale, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
On Sunday, Indiana Fever head coach Christy Sides became the 6th WNBA coach to lose their job since the end of the regular season. Sides, who was hired in 2023, posted a 20-20 record this year and led the team to its first postseason appearance since 2016. Per Annie Costabile of the Chicago Sun-Times, the Fever have been talking to Connecticut Sun head coach Stephanie White, who's still under contract with the Sun. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now
inside the free iHeart app, and it starts with commercial-free Halloween radio. It's the ultimate Halloween soundtrack for the season.
With spooky hits,
The Monster Man,
fun throwbacks, and all the essential Halloween anthems. Open the free iHeart app.
Search Halloween radio and listen now.
iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored to you by Pillar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Thanks for always tuning into Real Radio. And if you stop by Strikes on Friday, thank you so much. This week will be our Crazy Horse to continue Greeks Gridiron. So I got beat again. Man, I've been getting beat by 1 point, 1 game. Brutal.
So what do we have? We got Jason, we got Andy, we got Bill.
So there was an Eric. There was an Eric also.
Yeah.
He was the first one, I believe.
So is Eric, not Andy.
Yeah, I believe so, yep.
I always forget because he confused me with calling him something else. All right, so Eric, Bill, Jason, JJ.
Yep.
All right, if you're out there and you've slept with an Eric, Bill, Jason, or JJ, call us. 877-927-6960.
Need some dirt on them.
No dirt. Male or female, it doesn't matter. It is the Penthouse on a Monday, getting a week off, right? Halloween, trick-or-treat. Ooh. Will Dominic come dressed to work Thursday? I was going to stop by a costume store yesterday morning. It was around 11 o'clock. I saw it open. I said, I should go in.
You know how busy it probably was?
Yeah. That one on Northlake is good. The one that's been there forever. It's not a pop-up Spirit Halloween or anything. It's just been there. They have really solid costumes.
Oh, they do. I went last year. I gave him a call for an Elvis.
Okay.
And it wasn't inexpensive. I mean, to rent it.
Some of the things are pretty pricey.
And Dom didn't want me spending money like that. Hello to Francis.
Hi, what's up?
Of course, Dominic, 5-0 in UFC. What?
Yes, sir.
Molly's outfit today, we're going to give her a 7. Not an 8 or a 9 or 10. We're giving her a 7. The
You
color.
want to tell people who Molly is?
Molly is.
Just in case they don't know.
Well, if you don't know, you didn't listen. It's your fault.
New host of the Penthouse.
Yeah. Like, who's
Molly's
talking
on a
about?
4-letter network on a show, First Take, and we comment on her outfit every day.
We is too many people.
I comment on her outfit every day. Whatever. We're giving her a 7.2 today. Dom, did you feel that outfit? You weren't impressed with it either. You were like,
There's been better.
Yeah, see? Thank you. I'm going to text her later. All right, time for Greek's Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, it was a crazy weekend in the NFL. Some big things, some things that you were like, what the hell happened? Dallas and the Jets lose. Dallas Cowboys lose, so many people seem like are happy because Cowboys are hated so much, fans. But again, and there's a lot of love for the Cowboys too, but they got beat by the Niners. Jets season is officially over. Put a fork in it. Boom, there it is. I'm sure the ex-coach is happy that they keep losing. They've lost 3 in a row without him. I guess he wasn't the problem, Woody. That's not a good look. When you fire a coach, then you lose 3 games in a row, and your defense is really letting up a lot of points. Not good. Craziest game everybody's talking about is the Chicago Bears and Washington. Just before the play, Chicago Bears cornerback was on social. They had a video of him. It's all over social media where he's taunting the Washington crowd, saying, like, go home, bye-bye. And then the next play, they let up a touchdown. And I've said this for years, like, you're friggin' pros. Put a guy in front, guy in back, and knock the friggin' ball down. Why are you trying to pick it off? I would have lost my cookies. Oh, my God, if that happened. That is the worst way I can think of to lose a bet. Because a lot of times it happens and it doesn't affect the outcome. This affected the whole outcome. And Washington was beating up the Bears all game. And then the Bears, at the end of the game, started having a couple good drives, fumbled on the goal line, the previous play, then get down there. And it's funny because one of the guys said it, I think it was Tony Romo, did they leave too much time on? And it was only 22 seconds. So you're saying 22 seconds? What the hell could... That's what I love about people who don't bet, and they bet for the first time. They're like, it's 22 seconds, it's not over. And I always say, it's not over till you see the F, baby. It's either final or the other word I can't say on the radio. And it happens. And that was one where you're like, oh, I was involved in the Cordell Stewart one years ago, Colorado, Michigan. I remember where I was, the money I had on it, and I lost on that one. It just goes right through you. But yeah, Washington ended up Hail Mary. He threw the ball 70 yards in the air, and he had it for 12 seconds before he even threw it. Unbelievable. World Series Game 3 tonight. Fat chance getting tickets in New York. The tickets are crazy. They're like Taylor Swift tickets. Yankees don't win tonight. Guess what? Get out the brooms. It's going to be tough. Ohtani is playing, by the way. There was some rumors that he hurt his shoulder. He did, but he is playing. More people are watching a World Series in Japan than here, which is crazy. Ratings are great. Game 1 and 2, 14.5 million people watched it. Highest since 2017. So, again, they wanted the Dodgers and they wanted the Yankees. And Saturday night was big because they went against college football. And there was other things on. And a lot of parties, like Halloween parties and stuff like that. But they were very happy, MLB, with the 14.5 ratings. I think tonight they'll probably get some good ratings, too. It's a Monday night game, but it is Monday night, so I think they
Who's playing tonight? I'm sorry if you said it.
In football, it's Pittsburgh and the Giants. Pittsburgh's laying 6. And the crazy weekend that it would be I got to take the Giants because just the way it's going. But I think most of the people are going to have, I would say 80% of bets are going to be on the Steelers. No doubt about it. Russell Wilson, if you want to hit on his wife, good night to do it because, he'll be on the field for 3 hours. So if you want to hit on her, you got those 3 hours to try to make something happen. Just throwing it out there, trying to help you guys. Greek's Trifecta is always sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Streets in Deerfield Beach. Peace. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Also, you can text us at Real Radio 47142.
And I got a couple of text messages at 47142. Started off with Real Radio. Let's see. Greek, stick with how's your bracket when approaching women inappropriately. That's from BJ and Boynton.
Thank you.
Instead of knocking on people's doors. Let's see. And then we have Greek. Next week, you should let Franny do the picks on Gridiron. Hell, she couldn't be any worse than Mr. Syracuse. Oof. Oof, we got there.
It happens. I lost.
I know. I'm just reading the text.
I lost. You know what I mean? What do you want me to tell you? I mean, it's when you make a pick and you lose, you got to stand behind it. There's no doubt. Syracuse suck. I guarantee what you lost, I lost more. That I can tell you.
So there you go.
And if I didn't, wow.
You must bet a lot.
That's what I was going to say.
So it is spooky season. We got Halloween just a few days away, and they decided to take a look at what America's biggest fears are. And you can tell us what's your biggest fear. 47142 started off with Real Radio. So they did a survey, not huge sample size, but about 3,000 Americans. 97% of people admit to that they are something that does spook them, that they have a fear of. So they went and looked state by state. 17 states, the number one fear is death. And that's including Florida.
Really?
Floridians' number one fear
I would think
is death.
I would think getting hit by a coconut walking down the street.
And then dying.
Yeah.
Death.
That is a possibility of dying.
Yep. They said that only 3% of these people claim to be literally fearless. They have no fears whatsoever, meaning that, 97% of people are spooked by something. So they gave people a list of common fears and asked them to rate their discomfort levels. They mapped the results by state. As I mentioned, number one fear is death, the highest fear factor in 17 states, including Washington, California, Nevada, Texas, Minnesota, New York, Tennessee, Florida was one of them. The number two fear is heights. So you go from death to heights. Got the most votes in 8 states, including Pennsylvania, Michigan, Georgia, Virginia, Maryland. The number 3 fear is snakes.
Snakes?
Snakes. It's interesting, right?
No, not divorce, huh?
6 states most feared the snakes. Number 4 is a tie between public speaking and enclosed spaces. They say, which both carried 4 states. They said public speaking terrifies people in Illinois, Wisconsin, Missouri, Indiana, while enclosed spaces is a fear, Iowa, New Jersey, Oregon, and Idaho. And then the number 6 fear that they had in here was a tie between failure as a fear and spiders. So let's see this. What do you guys think? And then they said, interestingly enough, ghosts and spirits were also an option, but they were only number 1 in one state, and that was Montana. So I ask you, out of ghosts, spirits, failure, spiders, public speaking, enclosed spaces, snakes, heights, death, which one would you take as your number 1 fear?
I'd probably take heights just because when I'm standing somewhere, say like on a Empire State Building, I'm fine. But if I'm like on a ladder 25 feet up, that will get to me because I feel like I could fall easily then.
Yeah.
Where I could be on like a tower, I could be on like I said, a building, I'd be totally fine.
Okay.
And you don't mind going on rides, you said, amusement parks.
No. But something just the stability of like, the chance of falling off a ladder, something like that gets to me.
But even on a roller coaster, I mean, you can get kiboshed. And you don't think about it.
No, I trust like the big parks, I trust those rides.
All right. It's interesting.
What about you, G-Man?
Snakes, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be your biggest fear out of those?
But if I was on a ladder like 30 feet, I would think too, like, man, I could go down. No doubt about it. I would think that. In Jersey, I thought their biggest fear would be organized crime.
It's not. So I think out of those, maybe out of those fears, right? We're picking out of these. Enclosed spaces.
Really?
Yeah. I get a little claustrophobic. I don't like to be like somewhere very confined.
All right.
So probably that.
That's why she doesn't like the studio.
Failure. Yeah. Failure sucks.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would be like out of all of them. I do hate spiders, but I can deal with it. Snakes, not really a fan of either, but I don't think it's my biggest fear. I've held them before, so obviously.
Yeah, I just don't like.
So yeah, I would say probably the enclosed spaces.
And if it is failure out there, that's something you got to try to get over, like all fears. But anybody who's really succeeded in life has failed at something. That really, it just happens. I don't care what it is. You've had to fail at something else, and sometimes that could help you get to the next level to be successful. It just is. I mean, even if you ask somebody out, I mean, that's a lot of guys have a hard time. If you're used to saying they say no, you're like, all right. And then if it happens, you're like, all right, screw it. What are you going to do? You take a shot. You don't know. Gambling, you got a 50-50 shot of losing, believe me. Just like when you go for an audition as an actor and actress, odds are you're not getting it. I mean, they always tell you that. You got to be used to it. If you're gambling on sports or anything, you got to be used to losing because it's going to happen. You're going to lose more times than you win. There's no doubt about it. And if that's a fear, that's not a good thing. There's no way. Talk to anybody who's bet, and they'll tell you they've lost more than they won. If they tell you different, they're lying. And the traditional line is, I'm about even. No, you're not. It's time for a giveaway. That's right. It is 11:45. It is time for our tastings giveaway. You guys have an opportunity to do it. 877-927-6969. This will be November 16th. It's going to be at the outlets. It's going to be a great event. You get to taste great food, try some wine, some craft beers. It's just a good atmosphere, and you'll have fun doing it. So call us right now, 877-927-6969.
What are you doing for the giveaway?
Isn't it he said, she said? Or am I wrong?
No, remember we stopped doing that. We were just doing...
Oh, just give us a call?
Yeah, but
All
you
right.
got to pick a number caller.
All right.
We got to somehow, some way have...
How about 9?
All right, caller number 9.
Caller number 9, Dom. You got it.
There
You
you
got to
go.
answer the phones. 877-927-6969. I was going to make it 3 to make it easier. But yeah, caller number 9, you get tickets to go to the tastings contest. And or maybe you can even bribe Dom.
It's a tastings event.
Yeah, whatever.
Not a contest.
Yeah. And then maybe when you get Dom, you can bribe him and say, here's $20. Can I be number 9?
Anyways, if you want to go to tastings and you are not caller number 9 or you just can't make that phone call, go to pvtastings.com. That's pvtastings.com. And if you're listening, if you're a restaurant or maybe a brewery, maybe you sell wine or spirits, maybe you have an alcohol company, then, and if you want to be part of it, you still have time. If you want to get yourself a little booth over there at our tastings event, not a big booth, you can always email us, tastings@iheartmedia.com. Cool. So that's tastings@iheartmedia.com if you want to get involved, if you want your business to be at our tastings event.
That'd be great. And getting a lot of good exposure, and a ton of people will be checking it out. Again, give us a call at 877-927-6969. The 9th caller will be there. 9th caller. Dom's getting everybody on there. The phone lines are jamming out. Looks like a bookmaking place. Football Super Bowl weekend. That's how the phones are ringing constantly. And Dom, do we have our winner?
We do. We have Brett.
What's up, Brett?
Hey, Greg. How's it going?
It's going good. Are you excited for your big win in the tastings contest?
Absolutely, man. I've never won tickets for it, but I win every year. So.
Oh, that's nice. Well, thank you for your support.
Yeah, no, thank you for spending money and buying tickets, and I'm glad this time around it's on us.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Franny.
All right, we will see you there.
Yeah, we'll see you there. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Yep, stay online, Brett.
Yep.
Good job there, Domster. We get a little Ghostbuster shirt on today. Who are you going to call? 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. If you guys want to get involved. Is the Dolphins season over? Is the Jets season over? Are the Yankees going to come back down 2-0? It's going to be tough for the Yanks. Hopefully they can do it. And also, Halloween this weekend, did you go to any parties or contests? And maybe you won something. You want to share that and say, man, I won.
Let us know. I want to see your costumes. Have you seen the one that's been circulating that's funny here in South Florida? Somebody dressed up as a Brightline train.
Oh, no.
Did you see that?
No.
I'll show you the picture. So they're dressed up as the Brightline, and then there's just people are all laid out underneath them.
I was going to say that.
Like bodies
I was hoping
in the
not.
picture. Oh, it is.
Oh, I was hoping not.
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to be the train.
It was very creative. I will say that.
Oh, Brightline's not going to be happy about that.
No, they're not, but it is circulating. Have you seen that picture?
No, I haven't.
Where the guy is dressed up. I'll send it to you guys. It's pretty funny. Dressed up as the Brightline train, and then like everybody's just all laid out underneath him, like they're dead. They got ran
That's
over.
So bad.
Yeah.
I was hoping not. I think you to just say the Brightline train.
I'm saying it should have won a contest. It was pretty. It was pretty creative.
Oh wow. Brightline is not going to be happy about that. There's no doubt about it. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can jump in at any time. Yes.
I have a question for you.
Me personally?
Yep.
Go.
How do you think I could get out of tastings?
$20.
How can
I mean, I could probably get you out of it, but then it's a big favor.
There's a big UFC fight in New York that day.
Oh, so you want to not be at the event?
Yeah.
He wants to go to UFC.
Do you have tickets?
I mean, yeah, I could get in. Yeah. So.
Well, he can do that whole media thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? But do you have time?
Time. That's the.
No, I'm saying do you have time to get the tickets by the date?
Oh, yeah. Yep. No problem.
Let's do a call up sick that day. Just say you're sick.
I mean, the issue is that we're talking about it on air right now. So Andrews might be listening. So he knows that there's going to be kind of some shenanigans that's going on. If you want to dump that whole conversation, then we will just be like, I totally forgot. I've had this trip booked already. I already paid for it.
Tell him Megan gave you off from Wild 95.5. She did it. You were at an event, whatever. She said, "Where's it at Madison Square Garden?"
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be a big event.
Yeah.
Ooh, but nice time to see the trees too.
You might be out of luck, dude. I don't know. You could try. So last year, I had a trip already booked, and my friends had purchased the trip for us for Mexico for the Closer to the Sun, and unfortunately, it was at the time of a very big event we have on the Gator. So I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah.
So this year, when I came back from Mexico, they already had the date picked for this year. And they were like, make sure you put it in your calendar so you don't book a trip around this. And I'm like, and the Closer to the Sun is the same time every year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to back out of not going on that trip so I could, because sometimes work calls,
When is that? What day is that?
It's in December. I want to say the 16th or the 12th.
Is that when you guys do
But I put it in my calendar almost last year.
Is that when you do all the guitars?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a great event.
Yes.
I was there a couple years ago, but not last year.
December 12th.
I want to say I have it in my calendar. It is the 14th of December.
What day is that?
It is a Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
December 16th is a big day.
Oh, wait. All right, so if I'm not making the tastings event, I was going to try to go for one in December. I think that's the day.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one?
Well, there's one every month, a pay-per-view event. And
oh, really?
I was going to try to go. The December one is Vegas.
Yeah. Why is December 16th a big day?
New York Prime.
Our party.
I forgot to put that on my calendar.
Put that in your calendar.
Let's put that in my calendar. Okay.
It's a crazy invite. People have come up to
Christmas party.
If you don't bring anybody, you get $100. Dom's already out. He's not bringing anybody. He's taking that 100.
All right. There we go.
And our company Christmas party is December 11th. Also, iHeart Miami and West Palm are having the same day.
What time's dinner at? What time are we doing this?
What time do you want it? Is 7 okay for you?
Okay, perfect. 7's perfect.
Okay,
all right.
As
everybody's listening right now going, I'll be there at 7.
I'll be there at 7. I'm here for the Greek party. Yeah.
Imagine 50 people show up.
Oh, my God.
Well, only 3 are going to be on my tab.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be great for New York Prime. I mean, give them business, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they can go to New York Prime. The poinsettias will be always represented by me and handled by me. That's what I do every year. It's one of the things. I love my poinsettias. You kidding me? New York's Prime is one of the places that gets a bunch of them. I get them the big ones. And if you want a good poinsettia, go to Costco. So, man, UFC the 16th. Man, why don't we just ask Andrew, sit in his office and just say, look, I really want to go to this fight.
It's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
No.
Difficult, but not impossible.
Tastings, it's a lot of work. It's all hands on deck kind of thing, and it's
people miss it.
Run around. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, things happen.
It happens.
Yeah.
I don't think I was at the last one, but I'll be at this one. I think I was out of town.
You might have been.
The April one.
Yeah.
Isn't there 2 a year?
Yep, we have one usually in April-ish, and then the one in November.
Oh, I was working. That's what happened.
Yeah, so tell them I'm going to be at the one in April.
Yeah.
I
love how we're trying to work this out on air. And I don't think it's going to happen, but you could always try, Dom.
Yeah.
What's the worst? What's the worst they're going to say is no. And you're already in the mindset that they're going to say no.
Yep.
So
I would just say that you got a chance. You got tickets. Somebody gave you tickets, UFC, from a great cousin from Switzerland. He just sent it to you, and you got to go.
And he's actually flying in from Switzerland, too. You haven't seen him in years.
Got to build the story up.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to go
buy him.
You haven't
seen him in a long time.
He's bringing you some Godiva chocolate. I mean, you got to go.
Money's on the line, too.
Yeah.
Money's on the line. Well, Andrew doesn't care about money. So that's about, you see, when you bring things to the table, you got to bring things like...
You got to tug at his heart.
Yeah. Like if it's somebody who really cares about like a piece of ass, then you go, oh, she's really hot. Then the guy's like, all right, I get it. Or if it's a gambling thing, again, I'm trying to teach you.
Start off with, I hope you had a great anniversary over the weekend, because I saw that he celebrated a wedding anniversary.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
10 years.
So start with that, and then butter him up a little bit, and then you go in.
Yeah, 10 years. So I can't believe you guys made 10. What is the secret to your success in marriage? People love that question. Even though you don't care A or B about them, you're like, oh, how many, great, you're married 10 years. How'd it work out? Inside, you're like, I don't really care. So I think we can get you out of it. It's not totally off the table. Doesn't look good.
I'll do tastings, but I got to get out of the December one then.
All
How
right.
about that? That sounds pretty fair, right?
Yeah, which one's the one in December at?
It might be the one that you're talking about.
In Vegas?
Well, no, but it's in Vegas. UFC
Yeah, it's in
is?
Vegas, yep.
Okay.
But you did Vegas already. You should want to go to New York more.
Yeah,
I did want to go to New York more.
Yeah, because
It's a big fight.
Yeah, you should do that. I'll talk to Andrew later. I think if you walked in there with an envelope.
No, so UFC on the 14th is actually Tampa.
Oh,
No, they have two. They're gonna be in Tampa, and then they're also gonna be in.
Well, Vegas is on the 7th.
That's the one I want to go to.
Yeah, so there's nothing going on then.
Oh, so
You're
perfect.
good.
Yeah, so you're good. See, we just solved your
There
problem.
you go. December 7th, we have nothing going on. You'll be just fine.
See, we
Unless Wave is doing the one with the country guitars.
Oh,
I don't
God.
I don't know.
Then you get screwed.
I don't know what date that one is.
Well, you can call Heath and put on like a Georgia T-shirt and Zoom call, and maybe he'll let you go. I mean, he's a big Georgia fan, so who knows? You got to think of all these things in life. You got to figure out, is the squeeze worth the juice? You know what I mean? If it's worth it. Or you can just say, hey, I'm not working. I got things to do, Andrew. Just storm out.
Yeah, I have a life.
I think we gotta go to break.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Probably.
It is the
It's a good
Penthouse
idea.
as we try to help Dom get to the UFC fight.
I don't know if we're helping him much, to be honest with you.
You never know. You might get fired by then. You don't even have to worry about
there
it.
you go.
There we go.
Things work out.
Can only hope.
It is a Penthouse on a Monday. We'll come back with some fun facts. I'm going to make my lunch today and a couple other things. Peace.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green, and Finer.
After your car accident, we put money in your pocket or you pay us nothing. Steinger, Green, and Finer. 1-800-561-1111.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm in Miami.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Looking pretty good along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike are accident-free, flowing freely as well. We do have some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive that'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, it's Franny, and get ready to celebrate Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. We're talking amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. The best part, admission is free. Don't miss out. Head to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Joseph's Classic Market, Aperol Spritz, Atoll Vodka, and Walker's K.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
$77 marijuana cards during MMJ Health's Mania Madness. Limited appointments. Visit MMJHealth.com/Real Radio. Again, MMJ's $77 Mania Madness ends soon. Visit MMJHealth.com/Real Radio today.
Hey, it's the Greek, and it's Halloween week. Your costume should be scary, but not your retirement. Trajan Wealth can help you take care of the fear out of financial planning. Call them today for a free consultation. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. It's Halloween, it's trick-or-treat week, but when it comes to retirement, it's got to be you know what's going to happen, and you can't worry about it. You want to enjoy Halloween this year and many years? Well, call Trajan Wealth today at 561-390-1000. Your retirement shouldn't be a scary thing. It should be a thing that you look forward to, enjoy, and you deserve because you worked hard. Well, Trajan Wealth can help you set your goals and make you reach what you deserve. 561-390-1000. Call Trajan Wealth today at 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. Have a great Halloween, everybody. Enjoy. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor paid advertisement.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Your Halloween soundtrack starts with Halloween Radio on the free iHeart app.
With your hands on your hip.
Plus custom playlists from every genre and the spookiest podcasts on the planet. Open the free iHeart Radio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeart Radio.
Free never sounded so good.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected throughout the rest of the day today. We have high temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, just a little bit above our average for this time of year. Now that we have that easterly component back into our wind flow, we can expect some gusty winds, but also the chance for a spotty shower throughout the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Ding, ding, ding. You've hit the jackpot with MMJ Health's Mania Madness. For just $77, you can secure your medical marijuana card. Book your appointment today before time runs out. Call 561-269-4137. That's 561-269-4137.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeart radio station.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at realradio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, welcome back into The Penthouse on a Monday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we just gave away some tickets to our tastings event that's happening November 16th. This is the iHeartRadio family here locally. We take over Tanger Outlets. And it's not just us. It's also the best restaurants. We're going to have wine, craft beer, unlimited samples. So make sure you put that on your calendar for November 16th. That is a Saturday. You can get your tickets right now. They just start at $35, or if you want to get an hour earlier, we call it VIP. We have limited VIP tickets available too. That is pvtastings.com. And if you want your restaurant, or maybe you have a brewery, something like that, if you want to get involved and be part of it, because it is a great time and it's a great place to showcase what you got, you can always email tastings@iheartmedia.com. This is Franny. Good afternoon, Dom.
Hey there, Franny.
And hello, G-Man.
Hello, Francis. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it every day.
No problem. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Oh, no problem. Stop cracking up. Dominic, clean shaven today. We might ask you a question. What's different about the Penthouse? If you go onto our website, go to Real TV, you can check us all out. Busting our ass for this company every day. My God. Who works harder than us? I don't know. Franny does a great job. Dom kicking it. And, of course, you got me doing what I do best. Franny, some fun facts.
Okay. Franny. Yes, sir.
It's like coaching you. Franny, go.
I know.
It wasn't like that. I wasn't like Franny, do it. I was just like, Franny, bail us out.
So today I'd like to base it around the holiday of what it is. And if you go to these silly calendars, they have basically, I think anything has a holiday.
These days. Nowadays.
We should make our own holidays. So today, October 28th, let's see what we got. It is, I like this, National First Responders Day. Thank you, first responders.
If you guys can look it up, the story about the guy from the 49ers with the police department that helped him and the first responders, but it's a tearjerker to watch. I mean, I'm not kidding. I shed a tear. And I can't remember
what is it again? I'm sorry.
The 49ers player about 2 months ago when he got robbed.
For the Rolex.
Oh, yeah, so terrible. Yeah.
And they had the police officer on that saved his life. And, they didn't even realize he got shot until he got up. I don't know if you saw the whole segment. And she was like telling him, you're not going to die today. It was very emotional to see. It really was. And what a great story. And the 49ers honored her, which was so nice. And then they showed his parents thanking her. Oh, man, it was a tearjerker. It really was.
I'm sure it is. We're going to get into that stuff, too. We're going to get into the fact that, because that's what I picked today for first responders. But it is First Responders Day. Let's see. It is also something I might celebrate a little later, and that is National Chocolate Day.
Ooh, I like chocolate.
Yes, I know you do. So get your chocolate. So, there is a holiday Friday. Chucks and Pearls Day. Literally Converse and Pearls have a holiday together.
Ooh.
Chucks and Pearls.
That'd be nice. Hot chick with some pearls and I Converse.
There
Nothing
you go.
else.
It is
Wild
Wild Foods Day.
Ooh, watch my banana.
What?
I don't know. But yes, we are going to get into some fun facts about first responders because we know that they have very crucial and critical roles. They're often, we know that, first on the scene. First responders, paramedics, firefighters, police officers, emergency medical technicians, EMTs, are often the first to arrive at emergencies, frequently placing themselves in danger to assist others. They say first response professions are among the most stressful. I am not surprised. These roles require quick, life-saving decisions, highly stressful situations. First responders are often on call 24/7, and they manage trauma on a regular basis. They say making mental health support essential to their well-being. They call these the golden hour. First responders operate under the principle of the golden hour, which is the critical window after an injury when immediate medical care greatly increases survival chances. They say their fast response can make a life-saving difference. If you look at this, firefighters don't just fight fires. In addition, fire emergency firefighters, they are trained to handle medical emergencies, hazardous material incidents, and technical rescues, like car accidents or even animal rescues they'll do. It was here the old, my cat stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
Firefighters come and get it. Yep.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Police training takes over 1,000 hours. Police officers go through extensive training, over 1,000 hours on average, which includes physical fitness, I say de-escalation tactics, legal education. Some special forces require even more. Also with paramedics, they undergo rigorous training. EMTs typically undergo about 150 to 200 hours of training, while paramedics, more advanced EMTs, train for about 1,200 to 1,800 hours or more to be able, because you got to administer drugs, interpret EKGs, and handle complex emergencies. They also have on here first responder dogs. It's not just people. In addition to canine police units, specially trained dogs work with other first responders, assisting with search and rescue operations to locate missing persons, identify hazardous materials, and even comfort trauma victims. We have here firefighters use high-pressure oxygen tanks when entering smoke-filled environments. Firefighters use self-contained breathing apparatuses to breathe. The oxygen tanks they carry are pressured at about 4,500 psi, allowing for safe operations during any kind of toxic environment. Today is National First Responders Day, so thank you to all the first responders. And then we have here, finally, for it, they say, with mental health with anybody, they say that it was such high exposure trauma. Many first responders organizations now offer mental health support and peer support programs, which actually weren't around before, which is crazy to me. They say PTSD and burnout rates can be extremely high in those professions, so ongoing care is extremely vital. And there you go for a National First Responders Day.
Great job, Francis, and we can't thank first responders enough, men and women who are out there every single day. They're the kind of things in your life you never really think about until, God forbid, you need them. And then when you need them, you're like, oh, my God, thank God that you guys are here. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Put a couple things out there for you guys, but you could always drop in some more stuff. If you could go trick-or-treating with somebody, just you and one person, could be a celebrity, could be anybody, politician, ball player, who would you go trick-or-treating with? I think one of the most popular ones would probably be Snoop Dogg, because people would be like, oh, I can get blown out and walk around with him. Dom, off the top of your head, who would you want to go with?
I'm going to go with Shaq.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shaq probably fun.
All right.
Fun. Would you worry about him taking all your candy at the end because he's so much bigger than you?
No, but he doesn't really need a costume. He could just be him.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
All right. Shaq, I like that.
And I think he's a bigger star. Like you were saying, who's bigger than Snoop? I think he would be someone that could contend with that.
I think what I meant was that Snoop, I think, is the hottest right now in the entertainment industry and obviously in music. And I think all demographics, he is just it. And I never hear anything bad about him right now. Like I would say, since early July,
the Olympics.
The Olympics started off for him, and it just seemed like for so many years people might have been they were obviously big fans of him. But there was a lot of people who were a little worried about him and this and that. I think he's past it, starting with Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart, I got to tell you, man, I think a lot of stuff she's saying about her past, every day I'm reading stuff, man, I'm shocked.
She's a real wild one.
Yeah. Skinny,
what did I read about
dipping
her?
parties.
I think I talked about it this morning on The Gator with Jason, but the FBI kind of called her out, the feds did, because she said she went in, what is it called? Whatever confinement.
Solitary?
Solitary confinement.
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm trying to find the story so I get this correct. But they were disputing this, and by they, I mean the feds were.
Yeah,
so she said she claimed that prison punishment, she had solitary confinement with no food or water for 24 hours. And she claims that this happened. She was saying that I guess she lightly brushed a guard's keychain or something like that. And she said because of that, she was severely reprimanded because I guess they thought she was trying to swipe his keys. Martha Stewart said she brushed it. So she says that they put her in for a day for 24 hours, solitary confinement.
And she was in a country club also place.
But
she wasn't in Rikers Island.
So the Federal Bureau of Prisons decided to this is interesting. She was talking about it. This is in her documentary on Netflix called Martha. And I think that is released in 2 days. It's not out yet, October 30th. But they said, well, that's interesting that she was in solitary confinement because we don't have solitary confinement units where she stayed. So they don't even have those kind of units there. They said, while some facilities have restrictive housing units, they said that the federal prison camp Alderson, where she was, does not have that.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, she's trying to make herself seem a little harder than what she was.
Yeah, some of the stuff she's saying, she talked about having an affair. She also talked about she really had not a lot of respect for her husband. And there was another guy she ran off with that they both met for a while. I don't know. Maybe it's probably, I'm speaking for myself. I just didn't see this in her. You know what I mean? When I would see her image and everything like that.
You know what? I'm curious because of all this stuff.
Is it true?
To watch this Netflix special on her. Yeah. I am. She said that I think she also claimed she kissed a stranger on her honeymoon. Like, what?
She left with a stranger on a honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like she met some guy that her and her husband met, and supposedly she took off for like a couple days. I mean, she really seems a little crazy to me. And I just think the way she portrayed herself to me, it's just not like the cheating thing. I think if you you did something like that, I think you should have a little respect also. Because if I was her kid right now, I'd be like, who's my dad? Really? I would think, like, you're telling me you cheated a couple times. Is dad really my father? That's the first thing I would ask. And it's just, I don't think it's a great look. Now, she doesn't need the money, like, for this Netflix special to sell and stuff like that. People do it for a book. But to your point, Franny, I might think that, you know what? If this is not true, maybe the other stuff's not true either. Like, you know what I mean? She's just out saying she had an affair, and she said she's at skinny dipping parties. And maybe not. Maybe she's just a hooch, and she's crazy. I don't know, and she fooled us all. I picture her, like, in the back of her house in a garden, like, with an apron on and just, like, cutting tomatoes,
Filming her shows and whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. They said, I don't know. Maybe the whole thing's a scam, and she beat everybody. I don't know. But yeah, it's just pretty crazy when she's out there saying about cheating.
Well, they said, that he had multiple affairs in their marriage. She had affair. Like, it was back and forth, the two of them. So it wasn't just him. It wasn't just her.
Okay. I never heard about him cheating.
Yeah. No, word on the street is, yes.
He cheated too.
He did too.
Okay.
Yep. So that is according
Sounds like a great marriage.
to claims. Yes. They said, according to her, he had multiple affairs during their marriage and disclosed that she had also cheated on him in the interview that she had.
Pretty crazy. So who would you go trick-or-treating with? Anybody on the top of your head?
I think like a Ryan Reynolds would be fun. He's got a fun personality.
I could see him running around in his Deadpool costume.
Yes. Yeah, I think that would be a fun person to go trick-or-treating with.
All right. Give us a call.
How about you?
Halle Berry all day long. Kidding me? I'd be like, one more street. Who?
Would she be Batwoman? Who would she be?
She was Catwoman.
Catwoman, yep.
I wouldn't care who she came as. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, come on, let's do it. And I'd be like, one more street, please. One more street, trying to make it last. Have you ever been on a date and you had to take somebody home and you're like, made like you got lost so the date would last? Ooh. Who would do something like that? 877.
Well, it'd be kind of weird because if you're going to her house, like you're dropping her off, she probably knows, like, all right, you just took a wrong turn and another wrong turn.
Then you'd be like, wow, I took a couple of wrong turns. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Who would you go trick-or-treating with if you had one? I bet you a lot of people would say famous ball players. Like, I can see a lot of people saying Derek Jeter. You're hanging out with him just to be around him. The Manning cast is going to be on tonight, and Lawrence Taylor is going to be on there from my sources, and he is doing it from a location in Boca. I did find that
Strikes?
No, it's not Strikes. But he is doing it for a location in Boca. Could be a restaurant.
All right. So, but it's a public place. We're not going to say where, but if you see him there, that's why.
Yeah. I don't think you can go around him. He's going to be roped off, but he is doing it from Boca. That's what I heard. Because of the Giant game tonight. He's going to be on the Manning cast. Again, 877-927-6969. Who would you go trick-or-treating with if you had a choice? I'm getting a smirk over there. Somebody else you want to say?
No.
Did you get a text about trying to get out of tastings?
No, nothing.
See, if you didn't say anything on the radio, Franny's right. Maybe that day you could call up and be like, oh, man, I don't know what it is.
I got to do stuff the day before that for that event. That whole week is all tastings.
Well, what you do...
Yeah, it is.
You do your stuff all the way up to the event so it doesn't look like you're going to bag it. So, like, the 14th, 15th, you do stuff and be like, hey, man, would I have done all of that stuff if I was leaving? No. Then the 16th, you jump on a plane. And New York's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a quick flight.
Yeah. So, what time you got to be there? 8?
I think the event starts at 6, the pay-per-view.
So, maybe you do half a day and then leave. I mean, if you really want to go, you can maybe ask him, say, can I do a half a day? And if he says no, then say, okay, then I'm sick. His face. He drops his head. Then I can't go. Oh, my God. You're so funny. Yeah, Freddie's 100% right. Don't do it on the radio if you want to actually get out of it. You're really USC buff, man. That's good that you emailed them and then you get the cards. And you should do it. January 9th, get tickets to the Orange Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That's going to be a playoff game. And the Canes might be in it. Maybe you take Franny's husband. You never know. He would definitely want to go. But, yeah, January 9th is going to be a semifinal at the Orange Bowl this year. And those tickets are going to be hard to get. So I would definitely write that down. But don't try to sell them. You can't sell your pass.
No.
You can't sell a press pass. That's something you can't do.
No.
You'd be in trouble if you did that. And
that is, yeah. So Orange Bowl.
This is what I've heard from a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I went down to the Orange Bowl. Let's see. Yeah, that sucks. It's on a Thursday.
Why does it suck? Because of work?
Because it's a school night.
Your husband, he won't care. I mean,
I know. But yeah, 7:30 p.m. Thursday, January 9th.
I know somebody who has a box, and he was talking to me about it yesterday. And he was talking about he's trying to sell some tickets for it. And I think, like he said, and then I said, it's going to be a semifinal game, which is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a chance the Canes can be in it, which would be super. Now, if the Canes aren't in it, the tickets will maybe be a little bit easier, I think. If the Canes are in it, I think everybody's going to come out of woodwork like most people do when a local team does good. Don't forget, we are at home of the Florida Panthers. They are taking on Buffalo tonight, so we'll have that game for you on Real Radio. Panthers been playing good hockey lately. Whether or not they repeat, we'll find out, but we'll find out together if you listen to Real Radio because we have them all season long. The Dolphins are on 101.7. If you listened to the Dolphins yesterday as they took on Arizona, not a good result, but the Dolphins were there. And we are the home of the Gators, and this week is the Gators taking on Georgia, Franny's team.
Mm-hmm. That was last time I was at the Orange Bowl when Georgia played FSU last year.
Oh, they crushed it.
And Georgia was in there a couple of years in a row. They did the Orange Bowl 2021 where they shut down the Wolverines.
Yeah, wasn't that the night that the guy gave you extra passes and you sat real close?
Yeah, we got up front.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
So, yeah, this week it is 3:30 is game time. Pre-game is 12:30 on Saturday. So that'll be exciting for the game. And we'll see what happens at Gators. Gators quarterback is playing good.
Yeah, they're saying that he is a favorite for Heisman.
The Gators quarterback?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Miami. Sorry.
Miami. Yeah, Ward.
I'm thinking Canes. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Ward is.
No, not the Gators.
Yeah, Ward is definitely the favorite. If Sanders' kid gets it,
I think Hunter should get it. Travis Hunter.
He's having a great season. He plays both ways, and you got to give it to anybody who plays both ways.
And those are the two top draft picks. They're saying probably right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're looking at. It's so early before the draft. You never know injuries, what happens here and there. But, yeah, that's what they're looking. They're looking at, and Deion Sanders' son, too.
Yep.
Being up there, too. Colorado actually won a game again on Saturday. So then they got 6 wins for the season. They're bowl eligible, which would be something new. And whatever bowl game they go to, they'll sell out.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely will, which would be pretty impressive for Deion and his kid. Yeah, we'll see what happens this week as the Miami Hurricanes try to go 8-0, and they take Duke on. Their big point spread, 18.5. Woo, that is huge points for them. Miami Dolphins, it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs. Really is going to be tough for them. They had a tough game yesterday. They were winning at halftime. They should have definitely won. They got a safety let up at the end of the game with Tua. Pretty crazy play there. He's lucky he got it because it would have been a touchdown for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are a team nobody really knows. And everybody's like, who the hell are the Cardinals? But they showed them. That's why any given Sunday definitely was definitely. How about the Browns beating the Ravens?
Mm-hmm.
How crazy was that?
Jameis came back.
Oh, I know.
Crab legs.
Yeah, crab leg. Everybody calls it. I heard that yesterday about 9 times.
I mean, it's just a great way to troll them if you're the opposing team.
Yeah, I heard that from everybody. Hey, crab legs had a big game. Crab legs had a big game. I'm like, what? And then I said, oh my God, that is so funny that it happened. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We got a lot going on for you guys. Keywords every hour. Like Francis said to you, we don't know how long this is going on. This might be the last week.
What was that 12 o'clock keyword, Dom?
The 12 o'clock. Let's see. Hold on one sec. It was cash.
All right. Cash. Take cash, and you still have time to enter it. realradio921.com. We have here on our text line 47142, started off with Real Radio, says, I would go trick-or-treating with Frank Sinatra because his favorite color was orange. So there you go. Did I remember that correctly? Yeah,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
So there you go. Frank.
There it is. Yeah, if you got somebody who would go trick-or-treating with, and it doesn't have to be somebody famous. It could be somebody locally, somebody you know. Maybe you have a favorite weatherman. I don't know, a weather girl, somebody like that.
There you go.
Maybe Molly.
Maybe it's Greek.
Yeah, maybe Molly. I would go with her. I mean, that'd be nice. Just a nice, friendly thing, trick-or-treating. It's a good. And is Halloween a good time to go on a first date? What do you think about that? Halloween party or a Halloween day? What do you think of that, Dom?
It's an easy talking thing for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of stuff to talk about for Halloween, but I don't know. I don't think it's the best
scenario.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Sometimes I feel like that could backfire.
All right. 877-927-6969. You guys could always jump in with us. Yesterday in the NFL was tight ends day. Means something different in my house. But in the NFL, it meant tight ends. Who had the best? Kelsey had a big day yesterday.
He did, but I'll tell you what, I was so happy. I'm not cheering for the Raiders, but Brock Bowers, I'm so sad. I know eventually you got to go to the NFL. I do understand that. And he was just a stud for us in Georgia, and he looked really good.
Yeah, he played good.
He's great. So, but they said at the end of the game, Kelsey went up to him. And Travis Kelce had a great game, too, as G-Man mentioned. And he knows that Brock Bowers is the real deal. He went up to him. He even asked him, Kelce asked him for his jersey.
Oh, wow.
Too. And he basically told him, like, keep on doing your thing, man. He was like, you're good. So, young dude, 21 years old, I believe. Yeah, so,
God bless him.
Yeah, so cool little moment. I'm sure Bowers was probably like, this is so cool. Yeah, Kelsey was like, so he's, they're going to switch. Kelsey said he's going to give him a jersey, but he wants Bowers too. So it was a cool moment between the two tight ends for National Tight End Day.
Did he ask him for Taylor Swift tickets? Or not?
I don't know. I don't know.
I hate to ask you this now. You got a pair of extra Taylor Swift? It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
We watched a movie last night. It's called Kill All the Neighbors, and it's about this guy who has a neighbor.
Spoiler alert. You're never going to guess.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Decent drive this afternoon along your expressways 95 and the Turnpike, currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. We've got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive that'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's Franny. Not all used cars are the same, and GiveMeTheVin.com knows it. If your car's nicer than most, they'll pay you more. Got a regular car? They'll still pay you top dollar. Even if it's not in great shape, they'll beat your CarMax offer or pay you $100 guaranteed. Plus, they'll show up at your house with a check in hand. Pay off your loan, and there's no seller's remorse. GiveMeTheVin.com is fast, simple, and 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau. Just log on, enter your VIN, and get your instant cash offer at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Come on out to Townies this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football Watch Party of the season as Miami takes on Buffalo. Great food and drink specials, including $2 Miller Lite drafts during the game, $3.75 drafts, and 5 for 15 buckets during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Townies Tavern, 2777 Southwest Martin Highway in Palm City. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, and it's football season, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be watching the games with beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open, and the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu. Even if your team's not winning, you'll feel like a winner because you're at Monroe's with the beautiful ladies, and you're inside the huddle. Always a great time on Monroe's and Palm Beach. Get over there today, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be. Peace!
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but
Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, security edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eagle bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333. Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Injured? Call Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather at 500-HELP. HELP is just a local phone call away.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected throughout the rest of the day today. We have high temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, just a little bit above our average for this time of year. Now that we have that easterly component back into our wind flow, we can expect some gusty winds, but also the chance for a spotty shower throughout the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Any size soft drinks for $1. Wendy's has any size a la carte $1 soft drinks. Coke, Sprite, strawberry Fanta, whatever you want. Any size soft drink for $1? Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
I'm Julian Edelman. I'm Rob Gronkowski. Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're going to find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
The Greek Trifecta is sponsored by the Crazy Horse Saloon.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio R&R, baby. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Fresh off his UFC perfect predictions on Saturday. He said take all the favorites and the guys who are undefeated and the Russians.
Yeah, I think only out of the 10 fights, only the blue corner won one fight.
Oh, really?
The underdog, yeah.
Ooh. All right. So the Dom's 5-0 in UFC. He's our aficionado going forward, and we knight that with you. You're knighted. Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
She's our aficionado for everything else in life. And it's time for a Greek trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek trifecta.
All right, here it is. Yankees tonight, game 3. If they lose tonight, it doesn't look good for the Yanks for the World Series, no doubt about it. But this is it. It's game 3 tonight. So hopefully they end up winning. If not, then you can take out the brooms because it'd be tough for them to win 4 out of 4. They are playing the Dodgers after the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead over the weekend. Dramatic home run by Freeman, grand slam Friday night, first time ever that's happened. So we'll see what happens with the Yankees and Dodgers at Yankee Stadium tonight. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hype for that game, no doubt about it. Giants are in Pittsburgh. They are playing on Monday Night Football, 7-point underdogs. The whole world's going to be on the Steelers. So what does that mean? It means you go the other way. That's right. Giants are getting 6.5. And 80% or 85% of money will be on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Miami Heat gave Dwayne Wade an honor. They put a statue of him in front of the arena, first one ever. But the only problem is it doesn't look like him. And everybody on social media is talking about it, how it doesn't look like him at all.
It could be Ray Allen. It could be anyone.
It could be anybody.
It's definitely Lawrence Fishburne.
There it is. Freddie said it's Lawrence Fishburne.
That's what everybody's saying.
It doesn't look like him at all. I don't know if they ever change it. I don't know.
It could be you, Greek.
I don't know about that. Maybe. Who the hell knows? I just know that it's
not Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, it's not Dwayne Wade.
That's all we know.
Yeah. The ones they do for the Hall of Fame, the bust, they look almost identical. Like they put Dion in, he had a bandana on. He's the only one with one that had one on. But yeah, just crazy.
Because they're not inexpensive to make.
I mean, it's like a couple $1 million.
That's nuts.
Yeah, you would think somebody would have looked at it and said, hey, this isn't him.
Yeah, we might have to hold off on this ceremony, okay? We got to do it again.
But yeah, I don't know if they're going to change it. I don't know if Dwayne Wade says something eventually.
Like, did the sculptor have like a bad picture of Dwayne Wade when he was making this thing?
They said it was from a famous moment, right?
Yeah, when he jumped on the...
So he had to have had a picture of it.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah. Dwayne Wade was a famous moment when he jumped on the center court, where the announcers are, and he raised his hands above his head. It was a playoff game, I believe, and they won. Yeah, it's a famous thing. He's had to have a picture of it. You're not going to just I'll just tell me what he looks like.
Was it just like a bad, maybe not HD picture like this guy had?
I don't know.
I don't know, but even Bill Simmons was like, this is the worst statue of all time. That's what he said.
That's bad. I saw it. I'm like, who the hell is that?
He said it looks like somebody who emerged from a fire and lived. That's how bad he thinks it looks.
Wow, that's strong.
Oh, yeah, that's way strong.
Yeah, and this should be a good thing for the Heat. There's no doubt about it. Who knows? I mean, crazier things have happened when social media gets involved and people, and if Dwayne Wade doesn't like it.
They said this guy, Jeff Darlington, he tweeted, the Miami Heat should have a contest where they show this picture to 1,000 fans, and anyone who guesses it's Dwayne Wade gets to keep the statue.
That's nice. There it is. You don't have to worry about it. I don't know if they're going to change it. They may. If I was Dwayne Wade, I would want to change. I would be like, it doesn't even look like me.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, if you want to go, you can look up Iverson. He has one for the Sixers, and it's very small. And usually these statues are like 8-9 feet big. Mm-hmm. Iverson's is real small. And
it's like 3 feet.
Yeah, it's like 3 feet. It's on like a little podium, and it shows him dribbling. And when he saw it, he was like, what the hell's this? This is what I don't understand. I guess maybe they don't talk to these guys and show them. Because if it was me, I'd be like, I want to see it before it goes up.
Yeah.
I'll act surprised, but I want to see it. I'm not going to let you put it up there. And then if I don't like it, you know what I mean? But we'll see what Dwayne Wade says, if he bitches or not. I don't know. But it was interesting for the Heat that everybody was commenting about it. And again, Greece Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach.
Peace.
All right, so trick or treats happening on Thursday, and these may be the type of parents that you will encounter on Halloween. Of course, we know it's more fun for kids of all ages, but I love this. There's a few categories of parents you're bound to run into that night. Said they have the extra parents, the ones that go all out with not just a few decorations, right? Their porch, yard transformed, decor, fog machine, all the things. They have a soundtrack playing with it. All right, I did that before too. I'm not a parent, but it is. So they said these are the kind of parents, besides those extra, that you're bound to run into. So yes, the extra, they go over the top. You know who you are. They'll also answer the door wearing costumes that look like Disney made them, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Like very good costumes. Then you have what they call the uneven Halloweeners. They say it's easy to spot these folks. One is in a full-on costume, and the other doesn't dress up at all. They said it may look like they're being forced to take part because they are. So the uneven. One loves Halloween, one doesn't.
Okay.
But you're kind of forced to be there and do it with them. Then they have the coordinating costumers. These are the types of parents you'll see. Not only is their entire family dressed up, they're all dressed up in the same theme, whether it's Alice in Wonderland characters or Monopoly pieces, right? They're in it to win it. They want to win these costume contests with the whole family. Then they call, I love these, the secret sippers. These parents are both carrying a beverage, and there's a 100% chance that it's spiked.
Oh, my God. So close. Secret sipper. They're smacked.
They said, lucky for them, trick-or-treating involves walking instead of driving. But yes, you know who you are. And I know. So even we've decided, because we know people who do this. So my husband and I, when we sit out front in our little lawn chairs and our folding chairs, and we have a cooler with us. So not only just for us to be sipping on a glass of wine or whatever while the kids are coming out, but we also offer parents if they want a beer or a seltzer while they're out there. Why not? They're walking with their kids.
Adult treats, you know?
Yeah. So, and we've had people take us up on our offers. Yeah. We're like, hey, it's like, we have a cooler if you guys want anything. So we make sure to get extra for the parents.
Have you ever had a kid ask you for a beverage?
No.
You ever check ID?
Probably should.
I gotta ID you.
And believe me, parents are they're appreciative of it. They're like, yeah, I'll take a beer.
Yeah, of course. I don't think why not. Hey, you want to call one?
Let's see. So, yeah, the secret sippers. Then you have the low-effort parents. They said they're the ones with a bowl of candy on the porch that reads, take one. And if you see them out, the only costumes they'll be wearing is a hat or an eye patch or a headband with cat ears, along with their regular clothes, right? So they're the low effort. Then you have the health-conscious household. They never give out candy because sugar is toxic, right? Food dye is forbidden. They might offer bubbles, stickers, pencils, but if it's food, it'll definitely be healthy. And then you have the politeness police. You'll hear them repeating, say thank you to their kids all night long and insisting they walk on the sidewalk, not cut through the yard. And then you have what they call the trick or talkers. These are the type of parents you'll see on Halloween, the trick or talkers. Their kids look bored because mom and dad have been chatting at one house for like 20 minutes while the other kids have gotten 6 more pieces of candy. I said these parents know everyone and love to catch up on Halloween despite the side eye and the death stares that they're getting from their kids.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Come on, Ma!
Trick or talkers. Yep.
I got to do it. I want to get some stuff. I can't be at the house all along. There's probably kids will be like, I'll meet you 2 down. Let me just go and do what I got to do. 877-927-6969. Or you can text us at Real Radio 47142. Are you one of these people that Franny just described? There's a lot of different kinds of people, but are you one where you're like, I'm a talker? And I think also kids probably, there's certain kids that don't even want to go out with their parents. You know what I mean? They're like, I got this, Ma. I don't want you to go out with me because you probably would get embarrassed, especially if you're, an older person.
Going with your friends, you don't want to be with your mom.
No, you definitely don't want to. I'm trying to think, like, what was the age when you started going out alone? 8, 9, 10?
I was pretty young, but just different times.
But you went with your sisters, right?
I would go with my sisters and friends.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I think when you're with a sister or brother, they feel safer. I'm talking about you just.
Yeah, but I mean, my sister's only a year older than me, so it's not.
Yeah, but there's 2 of you.
Yeah.
It is a comfort in there. When maybe it's around 9 years old, 10 years old when you start going out alone. I think that's like your first independence. You go out, you do that. You're like, yeah, you knew all the good neighborhoods, where to go, who had the good candy, stuff like that. Let us know if you got any good Halloween stories or some, some things that happened to you. They're like, oh man, I remember when that happened. I remember certain houses on our street that would do really, really good. That would have good candy. Baby Roots or Snickers, whatever you liked.
Somebody said at 47142, says, tell Greek that all of the statues for the 76ers are that small. It's not just for Iverson.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes, according to that.
I didn't know there was any other statues for the 76ers.
Good to know. Thank you.
And then we have fun fact today. All of the 4 major sports play on the same day. NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB.
Cool.
There you go.
And I think the Dodger home run Friday night, did you read this, was the same date and the same time from 1988 when Kirk Gibson hit his home run. Same date and same time that Freeman hit it. That is unbelievable that happened like that. That was another famous home run in 1988 when the Dodgers beat the A's. And Gibson hit a home run, I think, over Eckersley. And it was same time and same date. That's freaky. The time, too. Did you know that?
Yeah, the time. I think it was like 8:27 or something they said it was at.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, because it was after 11 here. Mm-hmm. Same exact time he hit the home run and Freeman hit the home run. Wow. That is just unbelievable. Especially, and New York's got their song. LA's got their song. They're going back. I said that earlier. And who was it? Ice Cube came out.
That's what I saw, yeah. And supposedly he changed the lyrics of the song he was performing to diss the Yankees in the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that online.
Ooh, I didn't know about that. He dissed the Yanks. Ice Cube. I wonder if he's going to the game tonight in New York. Oh, wow, really? Oh, and he took a shot at the Yankees, huh? That's pretty interesting for him to do, taking a shot at the Yanks. Oh, he's been a Dodger fan and Laker fan. He did one of the 30-30s when they did a thing on the Lakers and the Celtics.
I believe he's also a Raiders fan, too.
Oh, yeah. He Raiders, yeah. Well, he did that with his group. They used to all wear all the Raider hats and everything like that. Oh, yeah, he's a big sports fan from years ago. No doubt about it. I didn't know he dissed the Yanks in there. That is definitely pretty funny. Judge is having a hard time. First 2 games, he hasn't really hit in the playoffs, but he's really not hitting the World Series. And people feel bad for him and everything like that. He'll be okay. Some guys just choke in the playoffs. He's not hitting well. He hasn't in previous times either. So it's not like a big surprise if you're a Yankee fan. It's just when he strikes out, it seems like he strikes out and he looks so bad that you're like, oh, my God. The big story in football yesterday, NFL, was Washington when they threw that pass. The guy ended up throwing a pass 70 yards. McDaniel had the ball for 11, 12 seconds and then let it rip. It's on TV. I must have seen it on TV about 1,000 times already, and it is constantly on there. Checking it out. Remember, you're betting, go to the Hard Rock app, download it, and there's so many things that you can bet in. So, Don, was this a good weekend for you, would you say?
Oh, yeah. I would say I won Saturday, but I didn't win Sunday with the NFL.
All right. So
but Saturday was good for college football and for UFC.
Yeah, you had a good day Saturday. That's why I said it's good if you won.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you bet during the week or just weekends?
I only put a few dollars on like the Monday night or Thursday night.
Okay. All right. So you're pretty structured a little.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just betting to bet.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. Good. Fran, you betting today?
No.
Not betting Syracuse again, for sure.
Nope, definitely not.
All right, with the Syracuse, stop. You know how many times I heard that this weekend? My God. You always hear the losers. Oh, my God, all the time. You pick this, you pick that. Gators are playing Florida on Saturday. I haven't seen that line yet. I'm sure that's up yet. That's going to be a very good game. Hopefully the Gators can be respectful and try to win. I don't think they do have a chance to win personally. I think Georgia's playing good right now, but we'll see what happens with that. And that'll be Georgia against Florida. We told you 3:30 is the pregame. 12:30 is pregame. The game starts at 3:30. Excuse me. You can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can call us at 877-927-6969. Those are numbers you can get involved. You got the line?
I'm looking for it right now.
All right, go ahead, Frank.
Oh, no. So I was going to get into, and now I want you to add to this. So these are what people consider 13 things everyone experiences when they become an adult, but no one ever talks about. So go ahead. Do you have the line?
Oh, yep. It's 16.5 points.
Wow.
So we have this is a Reddit thread, and they posted on here, and I want to know, do you have anything you want to add? So #adulting was a trending thing going on, and they said that where 20-somethings struggled to come to terms with the fact that they needed to do their taxes or wash their underwear, right? You got to be an adult.
Okay.
They said this is a little bit more fun, so people online are talking about the things that basically every single person on Earth experiences when they become an adult, but just nobody really talks about it. Okay. So some of the fun comments they had, saying, I've got to be up early for work. They said is the adult version of saying, well, my mom said no. When talk about going out, you're like, funny. No, that's your excuse. I've got to be up early for work, right? Yeah. That's an adult. That's when you start feeling like an adult. They say when you start having to have the we have food at home talk with yourself. That's when you realize, like, don't go spending money out at a restaurant. We have food at home talk. I do that all the time to myself. I'm like, I have plenty of food at home.
And
Just
you're a
stay
good
home.
cook, too.
I am, but on the weekend, sometimes I want somebody to wait on me because I cook all week. We have the kitchen always needs to be cleaned. It doesn't matter if you get takeout or whatever it is, they said, or if you're gone all day, you will be cleaning the kitchen. This is what they say when people say the things you're experiencing when you become an adult.
That's Greek.
Yes. Yeah. They said you get irrationally upset when they rearrange the grocery store. That happens every now and then where they just flip things. And I'm like,
where the hell's that?
Where the cheese was on this side last
Where's
time.
the butter?
Yeah.
Who moved the butter?
Let's
Who
see.
moved the lottery machine?
You spend too much time debating on keeping a cardboard box because it's really a good box and you could use it for something. Little stupid things that you're like, man, I'm turning into adult. They said your morning routine now includes 10 minutes of just sitting on the bed thinking about how tired you are. That's it. Let's see. Things that mean you're an adult, everybody does but doesn't talk about. They said you have a favorite go-to stovetop burner. I do. I have 5 to pick from, but I always go for the one on the left, the front one. Always do. I have a favorite. I don't know why. Adulthood is mostly you going, well, I hope this is how it works, and I'll keep doing it until someone yells at me, is what they say. Adulting, you whisper, what the F to yourself 96 times a day.
Just if you had the Bears yesterday.
Yep, they say chores are not done entirely in one session when you're adulting. So it's like washing 30 minutes, drying 60 minutes, putting away 7 to 10 business days. That's so true.
Yep.
Like I'll wash and dry my clothes and then it'll just sit in the dryer. I'm
Really?
like, I should probably fold these eventually. They said you're constantly toggling between wondering if it's too late to drink coffee and if it's too early to drink alcohol. They said those are adulting. When you're a little kid, all adults seem like they're the same age, right? And then when you're an adult, all little kids seem like they're the same age. And then finally here, when you're 20, 15 people could turn up to your house at any moment. When you're 30, it literally takes 2 months of planning to see a friend. It's very true.
That's true.
Very, very true. If you have anything you want to add to it, 47142, that's the text line. It's easy to do that.
That's a great list. I like the one about not going out at night. You hear some people say, like, hey, I can't. I got to be responsible. And that's also if you really can't handle yourself as far as, I don't think so much going out. I think it's more people if they're drinking. Because if you go out and you get home like 12, 1 o'clock, you know what? You hit the hay and you go to bed.
Well, there's also the hangover part.
Oh, yeah. I said
see Freddie.
Yeah, if you're drinking, then it's a totally different thing than if you're not drinking. And there's also some people who are like, hey, I need 8 hours. I got to have enough sleep. I really do. I can't function if I don't have 8 hours. I've heard a lot of people say that. But being responsible is one thing where you become adult and you realize it. And I don't know if it's responsible or you're just like, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be on the other end of the stick. So it's one of those things. And I think one of the things is when maybe you start missing parties. You know what I mean? Like you're like, or an event. Like tonight, one of my buddies is like, I know the World Series is on. We're all going out. He goes, I don't know if I could do it. Because he goes, the games have been going late, like till 12 o'clock. And when you're watching a baseball game or any sporting event, if it's close at the end, you don't want to get up and leave because everybody says, where you going? You know what I mean? And then you got it out of your car, you know what I mean? And then your wife's texting you like, how long is it going to be? Like everybody's been through that. Always extend it, whatever it is, because then you look good if you go home. Like you're watching Yankee games tonight and it's the 8th inning, it's 11:15, and your wife says, how long? Say an hour. She's going to bitch at that hour. She's going, an hour more? Are you bleeping kidding me? But say then you get home 15 minutes, you look like a star. You'll be like, I had to come home. I just missed you too much. And it works out that way. Everything's a game, Dom. You got to realize it. Just like Monopoly, it's there. You don't realize you're playing it when you are. So always extend it if there's going to be there. And if you come home early, then you look like a prince. That's what it's all about. 877-927-6969. You know, it'd be a good service, selling flowers mobile late at night if somebody's in trouble. And then you can pull up if somebody got screwed, like they're out too long or they're doing something with their friends or went to the casino.
Off-hour flower delivery.
Yeah. Like, you do it from like 10 to 4 a.m. We got to charge a premium because there's a dozen roses. So maybe we charge $50 a dozen. But we bring them to you. We're not going to bring them home. Because then it's planned, but then you can walk in with flowers.
Why don't you do it? You start that business. You can make some money. You're always up at crazy hours of the night, too. And you're driving between Boca and West Palm Beach, maybe even Fort Lauderdale.
All right,
a little side hustle.
All right, I'll do it tonight.
I mean, it's not like you need a side hustle, but if you did, you'd be the perfect guy to do it. Perfect guy to do it.
There it is, side hustle. We'll deliver flowers to you if you get into a jam. Want to watch Monday Night Football and you're afraid to go home empty-handed? Give us a call. 1-800 will bail your ass out.
Good commercial.
Oh, I'll do it now. Hey, it's the Greek. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Giants and Steelers tonight. The world's going to be at betting the Steelers. So if you got big cojones, take the Giants plus the 6. We'll come back with some Florida stories from Francis and so much more on a Monday on the Penthouse. Peace.
When you give up trying to teach your parents how to use their smart speaker and take it home, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Starting, and they're hungry for more.
Johnny scores! Gus Barsley beat the buzzer!
The Cats are back, and they're on the hunt for another championship.
And he scores! The overtime winner!
Listen all season long on Real Radio 92.1.
Start the celebration, South Florida. The Panthers have done it. Stanley Cup champions! Stanley Cup champions!
Your FM home for the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 and the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. Road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive, blocking the left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Hey, it's Franny, and it's time to party Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. There's going to be amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. And get this, admission is free. Head on over to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath Trial Attorneys, Storm Tight Windows, and American Bath and Shower.
After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Meet Brian. Brian seems pretty typical. Hardworking, lives modestly, but has gotten a little behind with bills. Except Brian just got $5,000 deposited into his bank account. Yep, $5,000, and it was actually quite easy. I'll tell you how Brian did it in 30 seconds. Brian was in need of cash help. After being rejected by banks, family, and friends, he decided to try 45cash.com. He filled out their questionnaire in minutes right from his phone, listed how much he needed, and even let them know he had bad credit. Almost instantly, 45cash.com found a lender who approved him for $5,000. Brian now has cash to use however he wants. Pay bills, rent, or use it for a vacation. Best part, the money hit Brian's bank account the very next day. And just like that, Brian no longer needed cash help. If you need cash help for any reason, even if you have bad credit like Brian, go to 45cash.com. That's 45cash.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected throughout the rest of the day today. We have high temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, just a little bit above our average for this time of year. Now that we have that easterly component back into our wind flow, you can expect some gusty winds, but also the chance for a spotty shower throughout the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at realradio921.com. That's BANK. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Watch my banana!
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Watch my banana. That could be a famous line, maybe, down the road you'll hear in a contest. Greek Scrum this week, we will be at Crazy Horse Saloon, 4240. Man, it just gets in your head. You just can't forget it. North Lake Boulevard. Stop by a 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Greek Scrum. We have 4 people in the running for that big grand prize. I better start chopping my wood. There's going to be a lot more people. Dominic's in the building.
Yep.
Clean shaven today. Now, what made you shave over the weekend? Anything in particular?
Just took the razor out and that was it.
Now, what have people said so far? Any reviews?
Nope. Just you.
I know. Franny, what do you think?
It looks good.
Yeah, without the beard or with the
I
beard?
love both.
All right. There it is.
You can rock both. Not everybody can rock both.
Yeah.
Some people look weird when they shave.
I feel like I lost a few years. That's about it.
Well, that's good. Who doesn't like to look younger?
Right?
Franny's in the house.
What's up?
And now it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right, well, we're going to do something a little different here. I did see this in one of my news websites that I get my Florida stories from. So really, instead of Florida news, they had an article here, and I was like, all right, well, this could be pretty interesting. And this is about 7 very strange Florida laws you may have never heard of. All right, so they verified these strange and unique Florida laws, and this is according to Click Orlando. So there's a lot of websites that post stories about strange Florida laws, but they never show where those alleged laws are on the books. Most seem to be more of an urban legend than reality, so they did some digging on their own to try to find some actual Florida laws that exist that make you go, are you sure that's real? And they're like, yep, 100% is. So, Satellite Beach. In Satellite Beach, Florida, if you have any of your naughty bits not entirely covered, they said with a fully opaque covering, you are considered nude in public. They say in any entity or establishments. This ordinance even goes on to list the definition for buttocks and breasts. So any of it, body paint, body dyes, tattoos, liquid latex, whether wet or dried, and similar substances shall not be considered opaque covering. And they said, don't worry, beachgoers. It specifically states that this will not prohibit the wearing of a T-back bikini and thong bathing suits on the beach. So you're okay with that.
You're all right with that.
Oh, thank God.
It's also another weird law in Destin, Florida. Beautiful beaches over there. It is illegal for a person to ride their bicycle through a cemetery, they say. No person shall ride a bicycle on the grounds or property of any city cemetery. A bicyclist shall be permitted to park a bicycle outside the fenced area, and it is illegal to actually ride it through the cemetery itself. We have here for Key West.
Weird one.
It's a
I
law.
guess maybe so you don't ride over someone's grave.
I don't know, maybe. This one in Key West.
Well, maybe to ringing the bell if you're riding your bike, you don't wake everybody up who's dead.
What?
You got a bell on your bike. You hit it. Ring, 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 ring. You don't wake everybody up. They're dead.
I'm like, what? This is a weird one. Don't harass the chickens in Key West. It's a law. Chickens are a common sight in Key West, but the entire city is deemed a sanctuary and preserve for all birds. So they said, have your fun, but respect the chickens. They say you could not harass chickens in Key West.
Roosters, they got it all.
So many roosters. I got an Airbnb, and I did not realize that the person that was behind us had a bunch of roosters.
Really?
5 in the morning every morning, and I was probably just going to sleep at like 4 in the morning.
Yep.
I was like, these damn roosters. I mean, it was like next to my head. Let's see. This is an interesting one. We're talking odd Florida laws. No simulated bullfights. Simulated. Speaking of animals, according to Florida Statute 828.121, it shall be unlawful and punishable as a misdemeanor for any person to conduct or engage in a simulated or bloodless bullfighting exhibition. It's weird. Why would you simulate a bullfight? I don't know. They also have here.
Bull riding, they have fake bulls. But
but you can't.
fight?
It's illegal. Yep.
Yeah, but you ever see people like to run around their house? They had their fake horns. It's like, oh.
Can't do it. Illegal.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. Don't annoy the community. There's a Florida law that dictates that all nuisances that tend to annoy the community, injure the health of the citizens in general, or corrupt the public morals are misdemeanor of the second degree. So don't annoy your community. It's a Florida law. Let's see. Doors of buildings used for entertainment must open outward. Did you know that? Florida law, while obscure, actually makes sense for safety reasons. They say all buildings erected in this state. I love how I say erected and you popped up from texting.
He really did.
He did.
His ears perked and he turned.
I was like, there was kind of a pun in there when I said you popped up. But yeah, I said erected. He was like, what?
What?
All buildings erected in this state for theatrical or other public entertainment of whatsoever kind shall be so constructed that the shutters to all entrances to said building shall open outwardly and be so arranged as to readily allow any person inside said building to escape, therefore in case of fire or other accidents. Selling horse meat is okay with conditions.
Oh.
No horsing around about this law. They say it is unlawful for any person to sell in the markets of this state horse meat for human consumption, unless the horse meat is clearly stamped, marked, and described as horse meat for human consumption. So as long as it says it, you're good. That was a bad thing going on for a while, where it was like black market people selling, like they were killing people's pets.
That was terrible.
There was I remember
Stealing from the yard.
Yeah, I remember there was billboards for a while. These people were they were going to give a reward if they turned in the people that stole their horses.
Terrible.
It is horrible. And there you go for some weird laws. And you're what the Florida round.
All right. Those are some weird stories, laws that I didn't know. Don, what do you got on hold?
We have Riggs.
Riggs, what's happening, buddy?
What's up, guys? Happy Monday.
Hi, Riggs.
Happy Monday to you. Happy Halloween. Happy Put Your Clock Forward. Happy World Series Day.
Very nice, Greek. You did your homework today. I love it.
Yeah.
The clocks are going to go backwards.
What did I say?
Forward.
All right, then you put them backwards. Riggs, you get it.
Hey, Greek is moving so fast that when he goes forward, it actually goes back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, buddy. I love you. You getting ready for Halloween?
We are. We carved our pumpkins over the weekend, and I'm ready. I got my my drunk suburban outfit ready to go, and I'm going to follow kids around as they gather candy.
What are you going to be for Halloween besides drunk? What'd you say?
I'm gonna, Franny, what I do every year, I have, the Oktoberfest outfits.
Yeah.
Like the German outfits.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wear one of those, and then I have a little flask that I carry with me, and I just follow the kids around when they go and trick or treating in the suburbs here.
That's fun. And that considered lederhosen, right?
With a short skirt, right?
Lederhosen, yes. Yep, exactly.
That's awesome.
What do you say, Dom?
You're going to have a short skirt?
I mean, if that's what floats your boat.
Dom, is that what you're into?
He means like with like the beer girls in Germany.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I have the shorts. I look like a typical German farmer of old days. I have even like little fedora hat and everything.
That's awesome. So what did you think of football this weekend?
Greek, I did not watch football, but I was at the University of Louisville Stadium down there in Louisville, Kentucky, because my daughter is in a marching band, and they had marching band competition for states.
Oh, all right, cool.
So it was a big deal, and I didn't realize how serious marching band was here, but it's a big freaking deal.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
How'd they do?
They got second.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
There's only one band.
I know. How many bands were competing?
3.
30.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, not two.
What instrument does she play?
I knew you were going to say that.
I know. I had to do it. What instrument?
No. They had 30 bands, and I mean, it was next level. Like hundreds of people competing, thousands of people showed up. The whole stadium parking lot was full. Half a stadium with people was full, only because it was an all-day competition, so people kept coming and going. And Franny, I'm an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe that goes in your adulting list, but I had never kind of shed a tear watching a marching band until this weekend. Some of the stuff they're doing, I mean, it was just so emotional.
Really?
Yeah, it made you cry?
Oh yeah.
Well, what did they do that made you cry?
Yeah.
Just the choreography, how they're playing with each other, the music. I mean, these are 12, 13, 14-year-olds, and they're playing next level. Just.
Oh, so they're not college. They're not college marching bands.
No. These are like kids.
Oh, that's
kids,
cool.
And they've been working their hearts out, and now they get to be in a big stage, bring their stuff together. That they have to keep it together. And perform for them was like might as well be in a national stage because they've been working hard for this for the entire year.
Yeah, very, very cool. So yes, G-Man was asking what instrument does your daughter play?
She just started this one, Greek, so they don't let people. She would play the saxophone usually, but because she's new, she's part of the prop crew, they call it. So she's in the background getting the set ready, switching things around. That's how intricate it is. They have like a floating set that goes with them, and depending on a 10-minute kind of deal, and within 10 minutes the set changes with the music because it has to reflect the atmosphere. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. You went out and supported.
She wants to do it. Yeah, she came back. She's like, I'm never doing this again. I'm like, I don't blame you.
So she didn't enjoy it.
So she's like, this sucks.
Yeah.
We could have been watching the Bengals.
Yeah. Well, that would have been even worse. But yeah. Yeah. tonight, though, speaking of watching something, I'm going to the FC Cincinnati playoff game. My brother got really nice kind of the equivalent of courtside tickets for football, for soccer.
Oh, wow!
We're going to sit next to the players, and looking forward to watching
That's cool.
a match there.
Yeah, is that inside the dome or is it outside?
It's a half stadium, so I mean, it's not a covered stadium, but you know how they bring it all the way, so only the field gets wet if there is adverse weather.
Mm-hmm.
But
like the Hard Rock.
There's an inside. There's an inside part of it, like they have a open bar kind of restaurant, and everything else. So if you want to take a break from the elements, the seats we have, you can go inside and grab some food.
That's cool. Sounds like there's a lot of sports going on tonight. You got the World Series. Obviously, you got Monday Night Football with Steelers and Giants, but the World Series would be the big thing. And you're going to Cincinnati, and you're going to see the soccer.
Yeah. My neighbor was saying just the same thing. It's like the confluence of a bunch of different sporting events.
Oh, sounds awesome.
Franny, do you remember a while back when you were talking about the ability to hype somebody up when they're playing as a coach, when they're not doing well, but you still go and give them a high five for trying?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So we had the playoffs with my son's flag football league here. They're like 10 and 11 years old, so I'm the coach for it. So we had the playoffs this year, and I tried what you said, because we kept getting, like, we lost our first game, so we got killed, and the good players on the team were so frustrated because I kept going to the underperforming players and high-fiving them.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to hype up the underperforming players, but
The good players are like, they don't deserve that high five.
Yeah. I go through that here at iHeart every day. They always kiss the ass of people who don't do a good job. And the people who do a good job and keep the lights on, they're just like, all right, whatever. How about some love for us? Come on.
Yeah. Although I didn't think the good player would need it, but just because they
we need it.
Yeah, you do.
That's right. Who doesn't want love?
I was surprised.
Everybody likes to get stroked. You know that, Riggs.
Yeah, come on. You're going to stroke everybody. Remember Jimmy Kimmel said, if you don't have enough hats for everybody, don't just bring one. Bring them all. So you got to hype the other kids who are not doing that good and tell them, come on, let's go. But the stars, you got to feed the stars, baby. You got to stroke their egos. They don't change from the time they're 8 to their whole life. Who doesn't like to hear you're doing a good job? Or, you know what? If it wasn't for you, we would suck. And then you go up to the next kid and you say that.
Yeah. Well, I did the opposite. So I went to the big players, because the good players, because like, especially this kid, he was giving me like, don't tell them that, they suck. He did this and did that. And I can I say BITCHING?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
You can.
I bitched him out, and I'm like, hey, it's like, hey guy, like, if you're gonna lead by example, I need for you to be quiet, and like, I just gave him a verbal dress down.
Yeah.
And it's completely turned him around, right?
Oh,
like,
good.
At first, you could tell him that he didn't like it, and he was kind of a sourpuss. And I'm like, the kid's name was Jace. I'm like, Jace, this is coming out of a place of love, but if you are showing them that kind of negative emotion, the whole team is going to feel that way. And if you're going to be the leader, I need you to be the leader by example here. And he turned it around, and he got the stick catch. We won the second game, and everything. It turned out to be okay.
That's good. And remember, you should always give the kids a lot of encouragement who they have hot moms. That's important, too. Don't forget.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I mean, I've been trying to the games.
You
getting good with the kid, you're good with the mom. Is that how that works?
Well, come on.
Yeah.
If you're a mom and your kid comes home and goes, man, you hear a Reese? He gave me a Riggs. He gave me all this juice. He's a good guy. You never know. Might work out for you.
Yeah. Especially the single moms. They respond well to that.
Even married moms. Riggs, you're a good man. You do a lot of good things. I think it's nice that you help out the community, take your time, and I know you're a good parent, which I have so much respect for. I know a couple of parents who are not the best and don't even realize it, but you're a good parent, and I know there's a lot of good parents out there who I respect, and obviously, you know what, should get a lot more acknowledgement, but you do a good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I had one more thing.
All right, go ahead.
Before I go. No, we're talking about adulting, right? Like things you do as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd never think of anything of as a kid, but as an adult, you're like, oh, I gotta do it. What I was gonna say is, when you're an adult, and you can burn $1,000 on Syracuse and think nothing of it.
I wish it was 1,000. If it was 1,000, I wouldn't even. I felt worse, not for what I lost, for the people who lost with me. I do feel bad for that, and then I got to hear it. But I think like Sunday night, last night, maybe around 8, I just got tired of it. I was like up to here because it was just pounding me all weekend. Even this girl I knew kept saying something to me, and she was, I didn't know you went to Syracuse. I'm like, it just got after a couple of days. But you know what? You want to put it out there. That's part of it. You got to live with it. That's part of it.
All I got to say is a good thing Franny only put 25 on that when you're guaranteeing it.
Yeah. It was actually 20. So, and I think Dom did too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you get your 20 back?
Not yet.
All right. Remind me. I would give you your 20. And again, if I like something, I say it. And that's only because I want to share the wealth. But there's going to be times you win. There's going to be times you lose. If I knew everything who's going to win, do you really think I'd be here? I'd be in Monte Carlo with 2 girls feeding me grapes and fanning me at the same time. I said fanning me.
Yeah, next time you say guarantee, I need to follow my gut. Because I was like, I know I shouldn't. That's a guarantee.
I just felt so comfortable about it and confident, and I got a couple different sources, and I really, was out there. Should have never said it. It happens. But nobody says anything about all the wins. That's just life. What are you going to do?
You can't brag about the wins. That's how you lose.
No. Nobody wants to hear about your winning. People love to hear your life sucks and you're losing. That's why all the magazines still sell, all the tabloids. The only magazines that sell are the tabloids.
Yeah, no one was writing when Matthew Perry was doing well. They all started writing when he was dead of an overdose.
Yeah, it's sad. His 1-year anniversary was just now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
And they just sold his house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. Most people, like you said, didn't know he had any addiction problem. They kept it very, very quiet. I didn't know, Riggs. Did you?
No.
I did. They said that he was like drunk for a whole entire season on Friends. I mean, he's battled addiction for a long time.
I didn't know him, so I wasn't aware. Did you know when it was going on?
He's been very open about his issues with
I
addiction.
thought he was open when the show ended, not when it was on.
Yeah. No, I mean, we heard after the fact, but the show's been off for ages.
Yeah. But again, you're right. Nobody really paid attention then, but now everybody is. And it is a tragedy. He had so much to live for. Briggs.
May you rest in peace, I guess. No, that's all I have.
All
I can't think of anything else. So.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Keep in touch. You're a good dad, and that's an important thing. 877-927-6969.
47142 started off with Real Radio. Somebody texting about Martha Stewart. They said, I bet Martha Stewart would be annoying to bang. You would have to fold your clothes, even your socks, and put them away before you get into bed. First, she would give you lengthy, multiple instructions on the perfect way to have intercourse. Then she would lay perfectly centered in the bed and just lie there motionless while you're banging her so you... What? While giving? What? I don't know. So you're banging her so you don't ruffle the sheets? What? She would then condescendingly rate your performance like it was a fluffy souffle. Says, I'd rather bang someone who couldn't cook. That was wild in the sack. Interesting, huh?
I think a lot of people would like that.
Interesting. And then we have, hi, Franny, please ask Greek if Otani's wrist is okay. That's from James.
Supposedly Otani's playing tonight. That's
Okay.
what the Dodgers are saying. He hurt his shoulder or his wrist. Sliding into second base. I believe that was in the 8th inning, game 2. He left the stadium right away. He didn't talk to anybody, which they thought was a little bit weird, but he just left. But they said yesterday he's supposed to be playing tonight in game 3.
Speaking of injuries, I don't know if you saw this. So they do that big giveaway Pat McAfee does for the college game day, the kicking contest.
Yeah.
And there was a freshman, this is in Indiana, who was unable to get the job done, but he wasn't the original person who was supposed to do it. The original kicker, it's absolutely devastating, was warming up moments before he went live on game day to do the kicking contest. And they said, absolute devastating injury for someone who camped out overnight with hopes of being selected for this opportunity, right? And he did. So there was, each week they do this, if you're not aware, and they select random from a lottery.
Yep.
And he or she is invited to kick a 33-yard field goal. And should the kick go through the uprights, they will get a pretty large amount of tuition money. A couple kids so far, $100,000.
That's huge.
They say if you miss the first kick, you typically get a second chance at even more money. So this person was going to do it, and man, it sucks. And so they say that this unfortunate event had a front row view. It looks like Boston Connor of the Pat McAfee show. He did the video, the exact moment in which this guy blew out, they said, his knee during the warm-ups. The kicker, tore his ACL.
Yeah, yep. Sad.
Right before going on live TV. Well, practicing to kick the ball.
I think you got some audio, right?
Sucks.
Yep. Here's the audio.
The first kicker, Jake, tore his ACL warming up behind the stage. You were the second pick. If you make this kick, both you and Jake will make $100,000.
Wow.
So it's not just for you. It's for a knee that was blown out earlier. Steve, what do you think? One more kick?
No.
Oh, Steve says no. Beck, what do you say?
I'd say yes.
I say yes. Jared, let's go for $150,000.
What up?
For you and for Jake with the blown out knee, and for the entire world to know that show up in that big moment. This guy stinks.
Wow, that's brutal.
That sucks. I have a feeling because they had to rush the dude to the hospital with the torn ACL.
That bad?
Yeah. Torn ACL is no joke.
No, I know, but I know they had to rush him.
Yeah, they said that they did. And so, of course, they gave that other kid the option the chance to try to make it up for it. Didn't. I wonder if they paid that hospital bill. I'm curious if the guys over there at College Game Day, if they helped foot it.
They might have if they said
for feeling bad because they were there while it was going on.
Yeah, they might have said, and I don't know if they have insurance or not. He might have been on their I don't know. Who the hell knows? And maybe they would have said, like, do you have insurance? Maybe they would have asked the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And if he didn't, maybe they would. I would think so. I mean, 4-letter network.
They got the money to do it.
And so does he.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just signed for $100 million. I mean, I don't think they would let the kid just, leave him on the vine. I don't think so, but who the hell knows?
The kid's probably still under his parents' insurance.
Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, maybe the kid's homeless. Mm-hmm. And he's just there. And he's all by himself. He has nobody to spend Christmas with. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Is the Dolphins season over? Are they done? Tapioca. Are we already finished before November? Let us know. We'll come back. We'll talk a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
We watched a movie last night. It's called Kill All the Neighbors, and it's about this guy who has a neighbor.
Spoiler alert. You're never going to guess.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Major roads are looking pretty good right now. Free-flowing traffic on 95, 75, and the Turnpike. 95 northbound at Gateway Boulevard has some road work blocking your right lane, and more of the same on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive. That's got your left lane blocked. That's traffic. I'm Kiera, right?
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey everyone, it's Jay Shetty, and I am so excited to let you know that my latest podcast interview is with the one and only Tom Hanks.
I have left many wonderful atmosphere or a loving atmosphere without thinking, oh, things were really wonderful back then. I wish I was back there. Jay, I don't think I've ever thought that.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search On Purpose.
Hey, it's Franny, and get ready to celebrate Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. We're talking amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. The best part, admission is free. Don't miss out. Head to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Joseph's Classic Market, Aperol Spritz, Atoll Vodka, and Walker's K.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anna Jar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
I received a call one time, and the man said, "You probably won't call me back because I'm just a nobody." I immediately called him back. Nobody's a nobody.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I always wanted to be the lawyer who represented the little guy, the voiceless, the powerless.
I was rear-ended by a car probably doing about 50 or 55 miles an hour. My car caught on fire. So I couldn't get out of the car. They were struggling to get me out of the vehicle. After the accident, I gave Morgan & Morgan a call, and they understood what I was going through, and they were there to help me each step of the way. It made me feel that I had people behind my back to help me and resolve the case.
I represented him, and we did well because we get the chance to help people put their lives back together and to go on as best they can after a life-altering day. There's only one you, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Greg's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My whole identity had been wrapped up in being a soldier. To have that so violently ripped from me when I was wounded, I was lost for a very long time. When Wounded Warrior Project came into my life, being around the other warriors, people that had similar experiences that I did, it was a game changer for me. Having King join the group, that was the beginning of a really good friendship. But it's a good time.
I first heard about Wounded Warrior Project through CQ. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I qualify. But having been a part of it, it's kind of taught me that it's not just the wounds that you can see, but it's those that you can't.
When you do something like a peer support group with Wounded Warrior Project and come together from different walks of life, man, the growth is incredible. If not for Wounded Warrior Project, I really don't think that I'd be here today.
See how we help warriors combat stigma
at woundedwarriorproject.org/combatstigma.
Outsmart cyber criminals this October with Norton 360. For Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Norton 360 offers a software updater feature to reduce vulnerabilities. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off your first year at norton.com/secure.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected throughout the rest of the day today. We have high temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, just a little bit above our average for this time of year. Now that we have that easterly component back into our wind flow, we can expect some gusty winds, but also the chance for a spotty shower throughout the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're going to find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Everybody likes to get stroked, you know that.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Remember, everybody does like to get stroked.
They do.
There is a quote from a famous woman, and I agree with her 100%. Everybody likes to hear you're doing a good job. Dominic, you're doing a good jop.
Thanks, G.
All right. You feel like you got stroked?
I guess.
Okay. Franny, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Not going to ask you. Time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Game 3 of the World Series tonight. Yankees are home. The Bronx will be on fire. Dodgers come to town. Ohtani is playing. They got a 2-0 lead. Yankees need to win tonight if they want this to become a series. If not, you're not going to be able to buy a broom in L.A. because they'll be sold out and we'll be talking sweep, but you never know what's going to happen. Yesterday in the NFL, our Miami Dolphins fell short. They lost with 1 second left, but they still lost, and their season is about done. Also, the New York Jets, they got beat, and the Dallas Cowboys, teams that people love to see lose. The biggest surprise of the day was the Bear game against Washington. McDaniel scrambled around for 12 seconds and threw a bomb 70 yards. And they still don't know how to play this play. I cannot understand it. These guys are professional athletes making millions of dollars. Knock the blanking ball down. That's what you do. Now, Stevens, who plays for the Bears, was taunting the crowd and making fun of them and saying, go home, go home.
Mm-hmm.
And now, since then, he put out a formal apology. Dominic and I were looking at. He said, I'm sorry, I should have been focused. Yeah, you should have been. You should have been focused.
I mean, the video shows him talking to the crowd when the play was starting for about 5 seconds.
Terrible.
And then he's like, oh, the play started.
Yeah.
He apologized.
He should be benched and gone. If I own that team, he would be. You're taunting the crowd, and you're not even focused on the game. That was a bad mistake. And again, he never thought it'd go to viral because what was going to happen was if they didn't get it, just the play ends and they win the game. Well, that's why they call it Murphy's Law. You never know what's going to happen. That is brutal. I would bench him, no doubt about it, at least for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, you know what? You're not playing anymore when you act like that. Focus on that. Don't worry about the crowd. But that's what happened. That was the big news story yesterday. Again, another week in the NFL. College football, Oregon is still number 1. They beat Illinois pretty bad. So they'll stay up there. Our Canes beat Florida State by 22. And so what that means is they moved up to number 5. When is the last time the Canes been 5? In a long, long time. We'll see what happens with that. Georgia takes on Florida this week in the biggest cocktail party. And that will be 3:30, 12:30 pregame. You could hear that on Real Radio. And the Canes take on Duke. That's a real tough game for them. And they're laying 19. Now, Duke's coach used to be the Canes coach, so there's going to be a little animosity there. And also, I know this year's Canes coach said he's got this date circled. We'll see what happens with Duke. They do have a good offense. And that is your Greeks trifecta, sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach.
47142 started off with Real Radio. We have another thank you to you, Greek. Says, thanks, Greek. Last year, the Jags. This year, Syracuse. If you keep this up, I'll be homeless, is what somebody said here.
How about all the winners in between, you bitch?
Greek said magazines only put your face on the covers when you're losing. I bet his face was on many magazine covers this week. Is what we got on text.
Yes.
And
Look
then,
at Dominic cracking up.
and then we have, in case anybody was wondering, I did not write the text about banging Martha Stewart. I know some would think that a story like that would be in my wheelhouse, but even I have standards. But if we're talking about banging Helen Mirren, that's a different story. I bet she can still throw down, even at her advanced age. I would love to knock the British accent out of her.
Wow.
So much for standards. And that's from our buddy Hugh, of course.
I knew it was him.
Thanks, Hugh. So there is a little test you can see to see if you're old. And I know we're only as old as we feel, right? But yes, we all have there's a point that you do. But this actually, they claim.
Dom's trying to do it.
Yeah, they claim that this really works. And I have pretty good balance. I've done this before. I can.
You can do this in your sleep.
I can do it in my sleep. I have good balance. And it's helped from like yoga and stuff like that and workout. But they claim, and by they, I mean these are experts, that this is a fast way for you to see if you're old. Can you stand on one leg? And they say that you got to try to stand on your non-dominant leg for at least 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that?
I'll try.
So they said, would you say that you're aging? So you know which one's your non-dominant leg? Are you righty, lefty? You're righty, right?
Righty.
So your left would be your non-dominant. I can't see. Is your leg up?
Yeah, it's up.
I can't tell. Thank you. All right, hold on.
How you want me to go?
Hold
I'm
on.
ready, wait.
30 seconds.
Oh, my God.
All right, ready? Go. All right, so he's 30 seconds. You can try this for yourself. This is a study that they did claiming that, are we still, I can't watch. Are we watching him?
I'm up.
I'm looking to see. So 30 seconds. If you could stand 30 seconds on your non-dominant leg, then you're not old. All right, you got 10 more seconds to go. He's almost falling over. Oh,
He's
no.
losing it a
Oh,
little
he
bit.
lost it. You cheated. Did you?
Doing it on purpose.
He touched the desk to get his balance.
Yeah,
All right,
he
you're
was
good.
at like 25. somewhere
Yeah,
around
like
there.
25. We almost. You're done. You're done.
I'll stay more.
You're done. You're
I
done.
didn't fake you out.
So, yeah, they said, would you say you're aging well, or is it going downhill way too fast? The easy way to tell, according to Mayo Clinic, so this is legit.
Now he's Tyson back here.
I know. So this is legit. It's Mayo Clinic. They found that standing on one leg is a pretty good indicator about how fast you're aging. If you struggle with it, then you might officially be old. So they had people try to balance on one leg for 30 seconds. They said, and it wasn't a problem for most young people, but for every decade you tack on, your ability to do it is decreased by around 2 seconds, they say. That's the average. So they found the best predictor was how long people could do it while standing on their non-dominant leg. So the leg you wouldn't kick a ball with, right? Did you have to think about what you were going to... What did you just kick, the desk?
I did it. Yeah.
They say if you balance for at least 30 seconds without much trouble, you're not over the hill yet. If you can't, or if you sway a lot, they say that's an indicator that you're old. They said if you could do it with your eyes closed, it's a sign that you're even healthier.
Oh, I should do my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep. So try that at home. 30 seconds, eyes closed. If
And
you
try to
do
have
it,
sex tonight with your eyes closed. Who do we got, Dom?
We have your worst enemy here, Jason.
Ooh, Jason, what's up there?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
We're doing great,
hi,
Jason.
Jason. Congratulations on beating the Greek and gridiron.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You candy ass. You're lucky you won. You won by a point.
No kidding. And I'll tell you right now that on Saturday I put a bet on Florida State to win. Not to win outright, but I took the points later on in the day where it was 22.5 points, so I actually won both sides of that bet.
Yeah, no, I did hear by game time when I was out, my friends were coming up to people I know. They said there was 22.5, 23, because obviously the line goes up or down based on the amount of action. That's so good. So you won all around.
And I took that money and put it on a parlay for the Cincinnati and the other two games that we had, the Cincinnati game and the the Dallas and San Francisco game. Of course, lost that, but that's okay because I beat the Greeks. So I get my gift card there to New York Prime and put myself in the drawing, my friend.
Yep, you're in the running.
Congratulations. Please give your information to Dominic. We'll get you that gift card. And if you want, you can call up the day of it. I'm usually in there about 5 days a week, so maybe I'll stop by and park your car, too. So you can't beat that.
No, not at all. I appreciate that, too. That'd be wonderful.
No problem. I have parked cars there a couple times here and there for people. That is great. I'm glad you won. Congratulations. You're one of 4 people. Hopefully I get hot. And every week I lost by 1 game, and that's part of it. It's called Beat the Greek, and that's what happens.
And I think this is the first time down at Strikes. I think all the other ones are up at Crazy Horse that you lost.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah, Strikes is the first one that we've lost somebody. Mm-hmm.
So let's tighten up. We got to make sure no one else gets in that drawing now.
So nice. You're like an ex-girlfriend. When you're with me, you love me, and then when you break up, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you better do good now, Greek. Come on. Yeah, you want the odds to be good. We got 2 more months, though. So,
I know.
I can tell you this. I've never had 4 people this soon.
I will say, this is, I think last year we only had around 4 or 5 people in the running, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
It was a very, very small pool of people. So, we're already there.
Yeah, so we're there. So hopefully it continues that it's only about 4. And then you get that golf cart. You could zoom around your neighborhood and have a good time and go to Hard Rock, go see Sebastian, and have dinner and all that other stuff.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, we appreciate you coming down. You had a nice drive from Wellington.
Yeah, no, it's all right, though. I enjoy coming down there and seeing you guys.
Was that the first time you were there?
Very nice place.
Oh, first time you're there?
I've been to Strikes a couple times.
Oh, okay, cool.
Strikes a couple times. Yeah, it's a very nice place. And again, the only issue there is the parking, but, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's tough to get around, but you see some really nice cars. I mean,
yeah, you do. It's so true.
Our market manager came down there one time, Mark, and he was like, "Where the hell am I?"
Yeah, it is. It is all like Bentleys. I saw definitely Rolls Royces. I saw Phantom there. I was like, it's a very expensive parking lot.
And then
you try not to hit anything.
You also see cars hit the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie talks about it all the time.
Oh, because people park where they're not supposed to park. Like, they're so entitled with their expensive cars, they don't park in parking spots.
And it's so funny because the other night we were watching a game, so this buddy of mine brought his girl. And she was the first time she was there, and she was sitting where Franny and I do the show. So this guy pulls up in a Lamborghini, just gets out, leaves his car. She goes, "What's he doing?"
It's crazy.
I said,
so then you got to scoot around them, and that's when people hit walls. Yeah. You just hear it scraping, and I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. There was a girl a couple of weeks ago, was it last week or week before, I was telling Francis she had a white Porsche. Beautiful car. She hit the whole side and just kept going. Kept going because she didn't want to stop. But it's really from the people who just parked their car in this little corner. And what's surprising is, maybe 20 feet, there is parking. So it's not that you got to like walk a mile. They're just so lazy. And she cracks up because she goes, "I can't believe these people." Like this one guy parks his Rolls Royce. Then his wife comes and she parks her Mercedes like Boxer right there. And it's just, and then when you got to get out, you got to ask them. So you got to say like, "Hey, can you move your car?" Really, you shouldn't be parked there, obviously. But it just didn't happen. And so many cars get hit. But it keeps happening. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it's not meant for that. It's just the way it's a kitty corner and just bang you here and just like, okay, which is crazy. But Jason, congratulations on winning. Thanks for always listening to the station. Give your information to, what's your name, Dominic? And we'll get you that card.
Sounds great, man. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, peace. Great job there. 4 people after 2 months. Ooh, my God, management's going to be all over me. How you doing? What's going on, Greek? What are you doing? Greek's gridiron this week is at the Crazy Horse.
Somebody said, any pics of the golf cart yet?
No, and I know. I talked.
It's on the text line 47142, which is part of the grand prize.
We will. How about a picture of last year's golf cart?
Probably have that somewhere.
We have it. We'll get it for you, and we'll get it up there. H&H guaranteed me we're getting a golf cart. Don't worry about it. It was supposed to be triple black, so we'll see what happens with that.
Where's that picture at?
We were just asking that, wise ass.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
What do you want off, November 16th? 877-927-6969. How about Bill Belichick? Would you want to go trick-or-treating with him? I don't know about that.
I'll go with his girlfriend.
You think she's hot?
I know she's young.
Cute.
She's cute. She's not.
Cute. Yeah.
She's very young. I'm surprised Belichick, like his whole persona now. I mean,
Party animal now.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a party animal or he's a very, I don't know, just totally different. That's why, like, even the whole thing with Martha Stewart, like, that's somebody else. Like, if somebody said to me...
But you say he's totally different, but maybe he's not. Maybe
it's
just another side you just didn't know about.
I was going to say that, 100%. Like, if somebody said to me, Martha Stewart before all this came out, bet $1,000 on if Martha Stewart ever cheated on her husband, and I would have bet no. I would have been like, no way. There's somebody else I know who has had an affair with somebody that I would have never in a million years thought that. And when I found out over the weekend, I was in total shock. Because to me, she's like a school teacher, and that's the last person I think be like conniving and doing things. And you just don't know people.
You just don't.
My dad always said, there's one person you know every day. That's you. Everybody else is a guess. And he was right. But Martha Stewart, I would have lost a G note on that. Belichick going public with somebody 20, like she's 50 years difference than him.
Yeah.
I would have bet no. That's a big difference. I mean, even I'm like, Bill, it's a big difference. They say you're supposed to cut your age in half and add 7.
They say she's an old soul, though. So I don't know. Because she's always dated older guys. Because even one of her ex-boyfriends had to come out and be like, because everybody thought that she was just kind of using Belichick for clout. Rich, like how could she really like him at that age? And I guess her boyfriend before him was around Belichick's age, and he was just like, no, she's an old soul, and she just likes older guys. So
everybody's different.
He stood up. He stood up for her.
Yeah, that's very nice. I still think people are going to think that, but for Belichick, like I said, I don't know. I just didn't see it coming. But sometimes you don't know. Like this girl, I was like in total shock. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, because usually I'm good on that stuff. I'm good on the SEC games, and I'm good on who can maneuver. I usually can tell. And I was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, that was totally wrong. Penthouse, that's it for us today. I hope you guys had a good day. The Greek Zone is coming up in a few minutes. We'll get into some college picks, NFL, Pittsburgh, and the Giants. And we'll talk about the Yankee World Series. Ohtani is playing tonight. Dom, great job. Even without your beard. Thank you for everything.
I didn't think that'd make a difference, really.
It's a very powerful beard, I guess.
I was trying to get you John Wick 5, but now
he'll be back.
It'll have to be big, too, with Tom Hanks. Thanks for a great job, buddy, and for coming to work today.
No problem, man.
Franny, great job as always. I say it every single day. I would never do this show without you.
Though.
I have.
You would never do it, but you have. So I don't know if that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to. Great job. Thanks for coming to work today.
Thanks, G.
And I know you were hungover.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dom. Thanks, G. And of course, thank you for listening. And make sure about 10 minutes you're going to get another keyword from Rover. That's our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory. We have up to 13 chances a day. We call it Red Zone Revenue. Get yourself $1,000. He's going to give you a keyword top of the 2 o'clock hour. Take it. Enter it. RealRadio921.com. Score $1,000, please. We want another winner here on Real Radio.
Yeah, you guys said sometimes we don't give you the keyword, but what else do you want me to do for you?
Doesn't he do enough?
What?
We have Evan on the phone. I want to say bye real quick.
All right, Evan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Greek. Remember Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
When during parts of the movie, this old guy would be sitting behind a desk and always be giving advice.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of your father.
Okay. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Because you always bring up your father, and you know how you always do that. My father did the same thing to me, but not as eloquent as your father did. But he'd say, "Do that, or I'll kick your ass." No, you know what I'm saying? But he really did. This guy reminds me of how your father was, because you learned a lot from him. You always has a lot of good things, a lot of good information.
No, he did, and I was blessed to have him. My mom too. I have great parents. I didn't turn out great, but they're great parents. I didn't listen to some of the stuff, but now that he's gone, a lot of stuff I think back to, and to see that, a lot of it was all true. But
obviously,
go ahead.
Obviously, you listened. You just didn't
apply it.
Pay attention.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, he was always good with whoever I dated. He was like spot on with that. I used to always say to him, "Why can't you be like this at the track?" Because my dad was never a gambler. But I got to tell you, with girls I dated, he was always like, "NG, no good, no good, no good." And a couple, he was like, "Good," and I didn't listen.
All right, you going to have the zone today so we can talk about the Yankees?
Yeah, the Greek zone is on, baby. We're ready to rock and roll. So give us a call. We'll talk about the Yankees and tonight's game, Giants and Pittsburgh, and how the world's going to be on Pittsburgh, and maybe you should be on the Giants.
All right, talk to you at 15.
All right, you got it, Evan. Great call, as always. We appreciate you guys all listening. Also, we want to thank everybody who came out to Strikes. We'll be back there in 2 weeks. And you guys have a great afternoon. Enjoy yourself. Don't forget this week, the Crazy Horse Saloon. It is the Greek signing off for about 6 minutes. I'm going to go stand on one leg for 30 seconds, and then I'll be back. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
This must be why God created YouTube.
Well, this and cat videos, but mainly for the cat videos.
Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Your Stanley Cup Florida Panthers are back.
Markov looks around up front. They score! They score! It was Ted Palm.
They've savored the taste of victory, but a new season is starting. They're hungry for more.
Shot, he scores! Gus Forsling beat the buzzer!
The Cats are back, and they're on the hunt for another championship.
Markov in front, right on his shot, and he scores! The overtime winner!
Listen all season long on Real Radio 92.1.
Start the celebration, South Florida. The Panthers have done